That's smooth. Episode 78, bitches.
That was fucking intense.
I'm excited, man. We gotta
after the weekend we just had,
and you know, we're progressing that hypeness. The hype train is still still going.
Yes, sir.
It was a good Monday.
Yeah, and shout out to everyone this weekend who enjoyed it and thoroughly enjoyed the DC fandom presentation. Change it. It's great to see that DC has truly taken advantage of this year, and I just want to shout out to Mark, who has been hard at work, day in and day out.
One day we're gonna say it and it's gonna be true. Like he'll actually be like the DC ambassador, correspondent.
That'd be crazy.
But
day in and day out, Mark has just been out there putting the work in, and yeah, guys.
Thank you, Mark.
The guest that we have on today actually made a guest appearance on at DC Fandom. So our guy, I know, slight flex for our guy Joivan Wade, who
Yes,
aka Cyborg on Doom Patrol. Go check it out.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I mean, Era, do we even need to do introductions? I feel like
I will, because clearly in the last pod, I don't know if someone reminded you, but it is the Brown Steve Jobs, Mr. Steve Austin. Look upon my works, all ye mighty in despair. I am Ozymandias, here joined by the Gustosa from the Lost Borough, founder of the Zach Vengers, who are
we
super strong right now. The
the
strength has been restored because of this past weekend. But yeah, my guy Clown Prince is here. My guy Brian is here, a.k.a. Magneto, a.k.a. I'm doing it all out of order. I don't care. But a.k.a. Oscar winner for Best Extra in a Motion Picture, whipping the M3 in Westchester. What's good, my guy?
Yeah.
And all the way from... all the way from Galloway, New Jersey.
Hey.
President of the Boston Celtics. Coordinator of DC Fandom.
Unofficially. No.
Unofficially.
DC correspondent. My rival in debate. Hermano Boricua, dímelo, Zoom is here.
Sir.
And you are chilling with villains.
Hi, y'all. Enjoy the show. What's good, y'all? So we're back with episode 78 with a very, very special guest. I'm going to let him pronounce his name.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna see this in 5 minutes.
I know.
just had 3 minutes of pre-production.
Yo, I get it. No,
Training
I
session.
get it. The whole training session, like I was saying, Givenchy, and like, you know, just to remember, but it wasn't working out. So I'm gonna let our guest introduce himself because that's the polite thing to do anyway, y'all. That's the polite thing to do.
That is definitely not. It's definitely not a cover up for the fact that he still doesn't know how to do it. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yes, Joivan. That's Joivan, like Japan but with a V is what I tell everyone. Joivan Wade, actor, entrepreneur, producer, writer. Thank you guys for having me on, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited to talk to you guys.
Yeah. So welcome. So for those, most people of our listeners will know who you are because of obviously Doom Patrol, and you play one of the most iconic characters in comics, which is Cyborg. So yeah, man, thanks a lot for coming on. So what we do, you know, you're chilling with villains. So I know you play a superhero on screen, but for today's episode, you have to choose a villain name, your villain alter ego for the rest of the episode. It doesn't have to be now. You could do it at the end of the episode. But
Okay.
All right. So,
All right.
So just letting you know that. So let us know a little bit about yourself, man. Like what you said, you're actor, producer, writer, all the above.
Yes. I'm an actor, producer, writer, entrepreneur. For me, my journey started probably just over 10 years ago now. In terms of my acting journey, before that, I was playing football, or what you guys call soccer.
I knew you were like,
These Americans.
Yeah. You know what it is? Everyone like. Why have we got to be difficult? The rest of the world.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
We
though.
agree.
Please,
We
I
agree.
want us to have the metric system too. I'm always so confused.
So yeah, I was playing football from a very young age. My family, my brothers also played, cousins, everyone that played professionally. But when I got to the age of like 15, I decided that I loved acting more than I did playing football. And so I decided that I was going to go and try and pursue acting. I remember having a conversation with one of my boys at the time in my team. And I was like, yo, I want to be an actor. And he was like, I thought he was, well, everyone else would give you the little laugh or the little giggle, but he was the one that looked at me. And when I thought he was going to giggle, he told me, bro, you want to do that? You got to go to the Brit School, which is a performing arts school. And so, you know, it's mainly famous people like Amy Winehouse, Adele went there for music. Oh, wow. But they also have a theatre course. So I went there for acting. And for the rest of the comic book fans, like Tom Holland went there for Spider-Man.
Wow.
Shit.
Damn, we gotta head over to England.
These superheroes.
Wait, so
we just gotta go back there and just pick the next guy who we think is the next superhero. We're like, you come with me.
Your graduating class was 2010 though, right?
My graduating class was it was 2011.
Oh, 2011. All right.
Yeah.
Come on, Ariel, get it right.
No, because he's 27, so I was trying to do the math. Because I'm 27 too, so I thought.
Yeah, but you know what it is. But you go there at a different age. So you go. I went there from 16 till 19.
Oh wow,
3 years.
Yeah. So how we do college? So like what you guys call college for us is university.
Everything is just wrong for us, right?
It's all different. But essentially, I went there, studied there for 3 years. In my final year, I just was tired of going for the same roles, the same stereotypes and cast types, and decided to create an online show called Man Them on the Wall, which was a online comedy series on YouTube, in which was about 3 guys who basically sat on a wall and told stories. We used flashbacks. Thank you, man.
Who came up with it? Like, yo, let's sit on this wall and let's just talk shit.
But it's also casual because he said "man them on the wall." Like it's like yo, guys over there chilling.
That was it. You know, inspiration from stuff like Friday. You know what I mean? When they're just on the porch. Like we have our own thing. You guys have the projects. We have estates, and the man them would just chill. And after school or before school, or some that didn't even bother going to school, we just sit there and we just run jokes and just chill. And so that was the concept of the show. After 4 episodes, it started picking up millions of views and got to the point where a TV network in the UK, it was a game changer for us. We then got a series, 2 series on TV for Channel 4, who, for those of you in the US, they made stuff like Black Mirror, Top Boy, Skins, before Netflix took on those
Top
projects.
Boy, dude.
Yeah.
Yo.
So after that, it got to a point where, you know, that kind of really launched me into the career and launched me into the industry and launched my career. And off the back of that, I was just, you know, working as an actor and getting in different roles, done stuff from EastEnders to Doctor Who, done my own films, etc. And then it got to a place where I had been working on, you know, doing these different mini shows online and started working with other creators and doing the same thing. So I started a company which was called The Wall of Comedy. And that was a comedy network that we used on Facebook. So it was an online comedy network. And after 2.5, 3 years, we grew it to 10 million followers. And we was producing around 400-500 million views a month. And that basically just kind of launched us into the creative space and allowed us to be able to start working with different creators. And then that was my legacy. That was my, you know, what will be my legacy, my company, which then expanded into production, talent, and various other verticals. So we have the Wall of Comedy, which is the biggest company. Then we have the Wall of Talent, the talent management company, the Wall of Productions, and a bunch of other different companies in which come under that one umbrella. And 2016, after everything that I had amassed in the UK, I said, I need to take on the US. I need to come here and try and, you know, break Hollywood. And
need to come play some
4
soccer.
Years later,
some real soccer.
Play some exactly soccer. So 4 years later, here I am, The Purge and Doom Patrol, 2 seasons deep, and I'm still alive. I'm still standing, and I'm grateful. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, like
that's
that.
Awesome.
Like, did you with with Mandem on the Wall? Oh my God, I gotta stop with a British. Like, I cannot do a British accent for the life of me. Did you guys ever think? Right, it was you and your 2 boys, right? Your 2 friends. Did you guys ever think like what happened? One day you just woke up, you're like, yo, this has like over 1 million views. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like that kind of thing, or like how was that experience?
It was like part expectancy and part, you know, like just kind of grace, because we actually, I'm not going to say we didn't plan it. You know, you never know how long it's going to take or how it's going to go, but we set out to create a show in which was going to go viral. We even made a documentary beforehand. before we released the first episode, saying, look, we're going to make this show. It's going to be out. It's going to be on Channel 4. It's going to be on the BBC.
Wow.
It's going to do well. It's going to, And looking back, I'm like, who did I think I was? But I just have, a lot of faith in myself, and so do my co-stars. And yeah, man, we put that out there. And we also kind of tapped into the system. We were very kind of enacting social media. We knew how to work social media. And so there was something called the London riots, which is very similar to, what's happening now, what just happened, which is basically police brutality in the UK. And off the back of that, a guy called Mark Duggan was killed, and there was like a massive riot in London. And so our episode was about the London riots, although it was a comedy spin. Because it was called the London riots, we knew that we would pick up a lot of traffic from people searching for the London riots. Right. And so thankfully it was good. And off the back of that push, it started generating millions of views. So it was calculated, and both a little calculation, a little, you know what I mean, and a lot of God. And here we are.
That's amazing.
Yep. It's kind of crazy to think about, like, because we're here in the US, like, we're seeing it now, like the Black Lives Matters movement and everything like that. But this is happening all over the world, so it's like, it's kind of, is this kind of inspiring you? And you did that skit when you were in England. Like, do you have something that you kind of want to do now as well, like for the whole Black Lives Matter movement in terms of that?
Yeah, 100%. Well, actually, I also do spoken word, and so I created a short film, which was a spoken word short narrative, which is about this. I haven't released it yet, but it's called Wade in the Water. I actually did my specific spoken word piece, just kind of native on Instagram as well, so you can check that out on my IG. But it's a 3-part I did alongside my brother and co-star Llewellyn Radford, and also my producing partner, David Bianchi. So that's something that I've already created, and I'm also working on a show at the moment, which is kind of based or inspired by all of the events in which have taken place. And I can't help it. As creatives, as artists, we take experience and inspiration from life. And so I can go through something like this and not get creative with it. That's my outlet. So that's what I use.
And on top of that, you're using your platform responsibly. Because a lot of times some people get caught up in what they're doing, and they don't remember what the bigger picture is. And that's honestly beautiful, especially coming from across the pond. And people forget that it's not just here that this shit is going on. Police brutality is happening everywhere. So for you to still be another one of the youth putting that on front stage and showing, like, listen, I'm with the shits. I'm here. I'm letting this be known that I care about it too, even though I'm famous or I'm in media. It still matters to me. So that's always something important.
I think that's the key, man. I think, like, if you got a platform, you have to use it wisely. And Mary Jane said it. With great power comes great responsibility. Good old Uncle Ben. And so you kind of get to the point where you take that and you have to, you relate that to real life. That's a real bar. It's deeper than that. Yeah. So if you got a platform, you have to use it. Well, I believe anyway. And so for as long as I have my platform, I'll be using it positively and trying to essentially, stir up change, positive change.
That's incredible, man. Because, we see your interaction with, the other cyborg, with Ray Fisher. And I'm sure you know everything. Yeah, Borg Life. I'm sure you know everything that's been going on, like with him and him talking about accountability over entertainment. And so it's kind of dope, like, seeing, like, you comment to him, and it's just like, yo, we're sticking together on this. Because obviously, even within the same fandom, like, people just want to try and pin people against one another. And
so this is, I don't know if you lot saw the whole thing on Twitter.
Yeah, with the Booyah, right?
Bro.
So come in. What is this?
So basically, they were saying that the whole reason that Ray Fisher's Cyborg, like, the whole reason he was upset about everything was because they made him say Booyah, and he didn't want to say Booyah, which wasn't the case. And then something like, there was a post, and then Joivan, I said it right. Joivan said Booyah, like, towards, like, a post, but people took it as, oh, he's throwing shade at Ray Fisher. Like,
my God.
I'm like, dude, like, he's
thirsty. The worst thing about it was, even previously, I'm a big fan of Ray, and obviously before I even got into the venture of DC and of Cyborg, I'm watching Justice League. My version, my Cyborg is Ray Fisher, you know what I mean? So
wow.
But for me to be in that position, and even down to a couple of weeks before that, I saw the news about the Snyder Cut being released on HBO Max. I did a whole like tweet. I was like, yo, I can't wait for this. Like, finally get to see like, you know, the real, well, what we should have seen in terms of the Justice League and our take on Cyborg. And so it gave all that love and everything. And then season 2 was out. This is where I'm like, yo, didn't you guys use your logic? Season 2 was out.
Season 2 just dropped.
Show.
Exactly.
My character's catchphrase is Booyah. My show is on. I'm promoting my show. I have a cool picture that I wanted to put up, and that is the catchphrase that my character says. Coincidentally,
all this is happening at the same time.
And yo, I woke up on my Twitter with, I've never seen so much hate and so much like, I was like, yo, you got twisted. But
so toxic.
The good thing was like a lot, even the Snyder fans, a lot of them, you know, backed it, and I had my Doom Patrol family. Everyone came out the woodworks and started laying into people, and yeah, you know, I had the back in there. But yeah, that was it was misconstrued. It was ironic. Yeah.
Don't worry, that shit won't happen because we with the Zack Vengers right now. Don't worry about that. That's never gonna happen to you.
Well. Here's the thing, because you know we just had DC Fandom. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you were in it. You were in it for a little bit, right? he's like, oh,
yeah,
I was in it.
Yeah, man, DC Fandom it was amazing. Like just the tech alone and the opportunity and the ability to be able to pull something off like that was mind blowing. And
dude, it was great. It was huge success.
The ambition of it and everything was huge. So yeah, man.
Well, the reason I brought it up is because like we're starting to see DC with their shows like Doom Patrol and their movies, like everything is all in this multiverse. So it's like, you know, like we DC fans, because fans are toxic, you know, and I'm sure you've obviously had your fair share. Like we talk about it all the time. Like I think comic fans they can be very good, like they're very supportive, but sometimes they're just like, oof, like you guys are just too much,
overbearing.
Right. And like we have to realize, like with the shows, with the movies, like this is one big multiverse that we're all a part of, and we should all be celebrating it. So, you know, we have a cyborg there, we have a cyborg here, we have an animated cyborg. It's like we got to appreciate all of it. Like it's just so much more content.
Yeah.
You know, so but
that's the thing. It's this whole like crabs in a bucket thing. People don't feel like there can be more than one, you know what I mean? Or more than one that does a good job, you know, and that's the thing, like what thankfully now we've been prided on is the fact that there are 2 of us, and you know people love Ray and people love myself, and so having those 2 different worlds, there is enough room for the both of us, and that was, you know, one of Ray's biggest messages, like, yo, we're not gonna do that. That's not what we're gonna do.
100%.
That's amazing.
So like, do you sometimes, like when you're bored, do you scroll through comment sections and things like that?
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh man, you should stop.
Yeah. How do you deal with criticism though when you see something like, oh, this cyborg sucks? Are you just like, oh my god, like, are you kidding me right now? I'm about to roast this dude. Like he bugging out.
Not at all. My thing is, you know, there's 3 sides to every story. There's what he said, there's what she said, and there's the truth. And if whatever it is that is being said, everyone understands and everyone knows, you know, what they agree with or what's right, what's wrong, what's truthful, what's not. And so, and everyone's also entitled to an opinion. And the opinion of someone and what they think or what they believe doesn't in any way, shape or form alter, you know, what I'm doing or what I've done. And everyone's going to have critics. Some of the most successful movies, some of the most successful TV shows have the worst critics, you know what I mean? And so understanding that, I mainly look through, like, I go on Twitter and I'll type in Doom Patrol. I want to see what the fans are saying. I want to see what they're enjoying, what elements of the show they're enjoying, etc., etc. And so, yeah, through that, you know, I'll come across stuff about Cyborg. And so it just kind of is part and parcel. And most of it is great stuff, like, you know what I mean? So at that point, you know, it's only like the kind of 1s or 2s where there's any negativity. And if there is, then it's kind of like, oh, it's whatever. That some of them haven't even watched the show. They just looked at, I don't know, maybe you're not feeling.
Yeah, they see one clip.
They see one clip, and so it's like, oh, whatever.
It's like, well, you don't have the context. How are you going to judge? You don't watch it.
That's the worst part about social media, that everyone is all based off emotion. Whatever you're feeling right there, people have this weird need to go, someone needs to know this right now. I'm on Booyah Patrol. He said this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he said it. He's trying to shade him. Like that's how the bullshit starts, and this is annoying because they have this mob mentality, especially on Twitter. Because Twitter is awful for that. Because you have you have the stands versus the fans versus the people who just like chiming in and stuff. So it just I don't know how
trolls.
Yeah, and you have trolls too. So especially for celebrities to deal with that, you need to have thick skin, obviously.
But to be an actor, you gotta have thick skin. You're built on rejection. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm so used to it, and actually, I find it interesting. I want to know what the fans think about the show. I want to know what they think about our work. I want to know what they're enjoying, what elements of the show that you start filming, and then you're like, yo, the fans are gonna love this, and then I go on Twitter and see, oh, what did they think about Steel and Stone? Because we thought they were gonna love it, and then you see, oh yeah, they're really enjoying that, or oh, they enjoyed this more, or whatever it is. So yeah, man, it's part and parcel. It's a part of the process, and I'm here for it all.
Dude, what a wacky show! Like I remember when the first trailer dropped. When they first announced a Doom Patrol series, I was like, what the fuck is a Doom Patrol? Like I'm like, because they announced Titans, everyone knows Titans. Everyone's like, oh yeah, like Nightwing, and Starfire. Everybody like, let's go. And then they announced
Cyborg. I thought you were gonna go jump to Titans.
Yeah, same. I was like, oh, he's a Titans character.
I love it.
So did I.
like here I am. So I was just like, what? Well, I'm like, all right, you know what? Before I make any judgments, let me watch. And then I was watching the trailer. I was like, okay, like I'm interested. And then I start watching. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is amazing. This is amazing. Like it is one of the like greatest superhero I wouldn't say superhero shows, comic book shows, because the only real established superhero so far for me is you, Cyborg. Like you know you're the hero. You're like, yeah, I'm Cyborg. I'm a superhero. And like
y'all know me, right?
Right. You kind of see Rita like, oh, I want to join your route, Cyborg.
Yeah, especially now in season 2. Yeah,
but nobody else is like that. Like Cliff is just like, what the fuck is going on? And it's like, everyone else is kind of a mess. But
I feel so left out right now.
Come on, dude. You gotta catch up.
Come on, man.
But nonetheless, I was just like, I love the show. Like the show is phenomenal. Like because here's the thing. Sometimes people can create a show and be weird and be wacky, but the story isn't well written. But with this, it's like it has a wacky aesthetic to it, but it's still well written, and the character development is just phenomenal.
Yep, especially with Victor Stone.
Like
especially with your character, because when you came in, it was the giddy, like, hey, I'm here to work. What's up? What's going on and stuff. And then everybody else is just like, shut the fuck up, like get out of here with that and all that. And I absolutely love like how you kind of grow with the crew, and that's something that I feel that I'm gonna throw shots now. Oh, get ready. This is something that I feel that the X-Men films have failed to do in terms of getting a group of outcasts together and actually having them almost fall for each other in a sense where, yo, I'm holding you down, like you're family. Like same deal with your relationship with Cliff, with Rita, with Jane. It's unique with each character, but still the bigger picture is that we're family and we got to be there for each other. So I really dig like what they did with your character specifically in the show.
No, I love, man. I think that those are things in which only helped us. You saying you kind of first saw Doom Patrol, you're like, yo, what is the Doom Patrol?
Right.
Well, that is what I believe actually what helped the show, because there was no expectation. And you see like in the way that there is a huge expectation for like Titans because it's so renowned and everyone knows it so well. So you have an expectation, you have something which you're comparing it by, whether it be the 2003 cartoon edition or whether it be whatever you've seen before, the comics, whatever. But when it comes to Doom Patrol, people weren't too familiar with Doom Patrol. I wasn't even too familiar with Doom Patrol, before even coming into that world. And so it was like not having any expectation off the back of it really helped people to kind of just take it for what it was and just say, okay, I'm open to this. Let's see. And then you get the surprise of, oh, wow, this is actually a really good show. So, yeah, it's beautiful. And I love Vic's journey. I think that one of the biggest things that we kind of discovered and what I kind of sat down when I spoke to Greg Berlanti and Jeremy Carver was like, it's a superhero show, it's a TV show, but like, am I going to be able to act? Am I going to be able to, is there going to be enough juice in this, Because, even based on previous experience, why we're so excited for the Snyder Cut is because even what we saw in the Justice League, there wasn't too much time for Cyborg, So it's like,
not at all.
Okay, how is this going to be built out? And I've been so happy that, for me, and my take on the character has always been Vic Stone first, and trying as hard as I can to make him feel like a young man before he is a robot or before he is cybernetic. Yeah. And I think that, season 1 really kind of got us to open that out, but really season 2 was all about getting rid of Cyborg and really introducing the world to Vic Stone. And that's what I feel like, allows you to connect with Vic even more so, because we get to see, his human side more.
He's the most human character on the show. Straight up. Everyone else is a mess. You have Rita, who is just so full of herself and so invested in herself that she's a mess on her own. Jane, we already know what the deal is over there. Cliff is a robot. And then you have Cyborg, who is, he's cybernetic and all that, but still there's a human element to him that shows that he still wants to do good. That's always like the first thing on his mind, in a sense.
Well, I would sort of disagree with that statement. I feel like it's more. I disagreed with you, bro. Like, what's wrong? What's up?
Fight right now. Fight right now.
Fight right now.
Go. 1v1 in the gulag.
Yeah, like no, like I think the show does an incredible job of like, you see all their struggles and like you feel for them. You're like, like even the last episode, it wasn't supposed to be the season finale, right? Of season 2, like that. It was cut short, right? Because of
we had one more episode which we shot, but we didn't finish. We had 3 days left on it, but we didn't finish it. Episode. It was meant to be 10 episodes, but it ended up only being 9.
Right. So that 9th episode.
Anything you can drop real quick, or
no spoilers, Junior. No spoilers, Junior. Right? No spoilers. No spoilers.
The mic is cold. It's okay.
but no, like with Cliff, where he was like, I'm trying to go to my daughter's wedding. I feel that. I'm like, yo, like I get it. Like they're building this Doom Patrol fan, but I'm like, yo, he wanted to make amends with his daughter. He finally did. She invites him to the wedding, and now he's gonna blow it off, and then she's gonna hate him all over again. It's like I'm just like, can anything go right for these people?
The great power, the great power thing,
right?
Yeah.
So it's just such a you're just so invested in each character, and that goes back to your point. Like dealing with 4 or 5 characters isn't easy. And to your point where you're like, am I going to get, like screen time, and is my character going to be fleshed out like the rest of the other characters are? And I think Doom Patrol does such an amazing job at that. Like you feel for every single one of them. You're just like, can it please go right for him? Can it please go right for her?
For real.
And it just never does. And you're just like, okay, like I'm just gonna keep being sad until something goes right for y'all.
Now we got a phenomenal writers team, man. We call them the Room Patrol. Our writers room are like phenomenal.
Yeah, shout out to the Room Patrol.
Room Patrol. Shout out to y'all.
When we get these different these scripts, and you kind of like, to expect something crazy, but you just never know how crazy it's gonna get. And you keep on, we're just surprised every time. You keep on getting surprised, more and more and more surprised. And you can't help but, just live in this world where we have, from butts running around to
eat people, to talking streets, dude.
Yeah.
What was the weirdest thing you shot? What was the weirdest thing, or like that you read that you were like, what? Like this is going to be on screen? Like people are like visually going to see this?
I think, a couple of things. One would be, all right, the donkey, first of all.
Everyone goes to the donkey's ass.
That really set the tone, though. Like,
the rest of the show.
That was the tone setter.
Yeah. And so that was like, So that was the first thing. And I think I was really, Danny the Street definitely got me. Like the creativity within Danny the Street.
That was dope. That was
like,
super dope. That was really cool.
And how every element was, we like the episode I was with Matt Zuck, most of it. In 8, when we're walking the streets of Danny the Street, and we're getting these different signs and these things popping up and talking to us and all that stuff. And it was like, this is weird. Yeah. And then the sex ghosts of season 2.
Oh my god! Dude, well, everybody's busting a nut at the same time.
I've seen so many videos.
That was
season 1.
That was
like busting a nut was Danny the Street.
Just Danny the Street.
With Flex Mantello.
The sex ghost is when the Ghostbusters type
in the house party.
In the house party.
Wait, so the street made everyone bust a nut?
No.
You gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
You gotta watch the show.
This show is so great that we can talk about so much specific things that and people still don't. It's not a spoiler because they have no idea what the hell we're
No
saying.
idea.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
so
okay.
vague.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like
Like
and, sorry, go ahead.
Now the Flex Mentalo one was the one that set me off. Where
Yeah, that was hilarious.
You weren't in that scene. I think what I forgot what was happening with your character, but it was
He
the
was
rest
going
of the
off
crew.
to find his dad, I think.
Yeah, I was with my dad. Yeah,
in the hospital.
I was with my dad. Yeah.
Oh, after you beat the living fuck out of him.
So I wanted
Beat the brakes off of him. Yo,
I was like, Jesus.
yo, how you wash your dad, bro?
he had what was coming to him.
Damn.
You know what I mean? At that point, for Vic, he was no longer my dad. He was just a machine. He was, you know what I mean? Like, what is it like when you call someone a dad or a father? That's not just down to, you know what I mean, you coming from their loins. That is also the role and the responsibility that they play in your life. And at that time, Vic is made to believe that his dad is not his dad. His dad is not, you know, loving. Is not, you know. Essentially, he was happy to kill him off. To let Vic Stone die to the cybernetics, and so that was really intense. That was a really intense scene.
And that scene too for me, because like it kind of cemented it to me. Like, wow, this is such a unique show, because I saw the scene before, I saw a bunch of butts eating people, and then the next scene is that, and I'm like, wow, like this is like. Yeah. And it doesn't feel like out of place somehow. Like it's like it
you
does
believe
great,
the world.
Right.
It
takes you in there and you're just like, oh yeah, now this is happening. Okay. Like you might be at the butts, you might be like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. Let's go. And then you know, like it does such a great job of like kind of walking the line and like bouncing to such extremes, but it doesn't go too far and it doesn't go like too far either way, which is like phenomenal.
Yeah. No, 100%, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a world in which is just beautiful, and that's what it is. There's nothing like it. And you know, when people say, it's a superhero show, I don't really watch superhero shows. Yo, this isn't actually a superhero show.
Yeah,
that's why I corrected myself. It's based off comic book characters, but it has its own identity.
Yeah, you know, I would the closest, like when people kind of talk about well, if it's not a superhero show, how would you describe, like, what do you mean? It's like Joker. Like Joker is a superhero, you know, a comic book thing, but you know the most recent version of it, that wasn't a superhero film. That was a film about a man who experiences something in which you know what I mean. And so
it went deep. Mental health,
which is something your show also does, which I wanted to point out, which is fantastic too. Like pointing out like how, like mental health and just dealing with trauma. And so much shit. Like even Victor Stone, you know, obviously the PTSD that he's, you know, that he kind of has in season 2, and it's just really great to see that. You know, it's awesome.
Dude, is it true that you almost turned down this role?
It is true. It's true. Yeah.
Can you elaborate, please, if you can?
Please. I'd be jumping at Cyborg. I'd be like, what? Huh?
So that journey took place basically. After the Purge, after I shot the Purge, the director basically would say to me like, you're gonna be the next Black Spider-Man, man. Like,
Miles Morales,
right? Yeah. And so I kind of took that, and that was my energy for a little minute. I was like, you know, holding that and trying to manifest. And my thing was, I just like, whether it be Miles Morales, whether it be Vic Stone, whatever, I wanted to play a superhero. And that was, you know, one of my biggest dreams, even to the point of, you know, the management team that I got with, my managers now in the US are Atlas Artists, which is a subsidiary of Atlas Entertainment, which is the production company that make Wonder Woman, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep. Right.
So, you know, it was everything for me was all strategy of, I want to play a superhero. What's going to bring me? How am I going to be able to, you know, tie into that goal? Well, with Doom Patrol, what happened was I initially got I got sent through the audition, and this was probably in like maybe February of 2018, so the year that the Purge came out. And when I saw it, it was basically 8 months filming, right? And I'm in the UK. Bear in mind, I have all my companies, and my companies were not yet at the place in which I felt that I could leave my companies. And for me as an actor, I take a lot of pride in myself and a lot of self-belief, to the point where if an opportunity gets missed, it will come back around again, right? And so when I got to the place where I was like, okay, 8 months out of the UK, not able to do anything with my company, etc., my companies could die at that point. You know, they could go under, and my companies was what allowed me to be able to come to the US and spend so much time here to be able to, work on and create a legacy and also stability to be able to, keep pursuing my acting, because then I don't have to take on roles that I don't want to because of just financial reasons, etc. So 8 months filming was just a no-go for me. And so initially it was nothing more than I can't leave my companies for 8 months, no matter how big the opportunity is, because acting roles always come around, but I have one chance to really build my company and take it to the level I want to get it to. So long story short, I had maybe 2 months later, I had another audition, which was sent through by my UK team. And they said, look, the UK team the US team are wondering if you want to come and read for it. I was like, look, I'm not interested in it because of the time of filming. I said this to my management team and my agent, and they said, okay, cool. And then we kind of let it pass. And then a month later, my UK agent then messaged me and said, the UK team that are casting for it, they want you to come in. Like, would you be willing to go and have a chat with them? And I said, look, I told the US team, I told WME, I'm not interested because it's too long of filming. And then they said, okay, cool. So it went away for a little minute. Long story short, The Purge came out opening weekend. Greg Berlanti watched The Purge, and he basically emailed my agent in the US and said, he's not ready to give up on me for Cyborg. And so at this time, I don't think he was aware that I had already, that I wasn't interested in the role at that time. But when he came back around and then said, look, we want you to at least, consider it. And then my team said, well, let's have a conversation. And at that point, I still wasn't willing to take the role, but there was an opportunity to have a Skype with Greg, and he is the juggernaut producer of television. I'm a producer. I want to, amass to those heights. So I just wanted to meet the guy, connect with the guy. So off the back of that, I was like, yeah, I'll take the Skype. And it was with Greg Berlanti, Jeff Johns, and Jeremy Carver. And then they basically just sold me the project. They told me, what it was going to be. They told me that, I wanted to do, I'm mainly attracted to movies, and I want to play in movies. And they said, well, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to open into that world, because it's not your typical superhero show. It's not like the shows that we've done previously on CW. It's going to be, production value. It's going to be very, very different. And then at that point, I just kind of put my trust in God and just said, okay, if it's meant to be, let it be. I'll kind of take the route and see what happens. And then on that journey, I fell in love with the project and ended up taking it. And it was the best decision I ever made. So if it's meant to be, it'll be, man.
That's awesome. So is your production company still doing well? How is that?
Yeah. So thriving. My company is doing very well. My production company, we have a deal with Channel 4, the same network that originally commissioned our YouTube Man on the Wall show. We have a development deal with them where we make them TV shows, and our platform is doing really well, and we're building out. And it's the company's the biggest it's ever been currently. So
That's
everything
amazing.
works out in the end, man. So
you got the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
you were like afraid, like you still took the risk, and the production company's still there. So you just like, I bet I'm chilling.
Yeah.
That's always great. That's always great when you look out to do something. Like let's say you have your goal set on something, and then something else good comes with it. It's almost like, oh, all right, we lit.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
We lit. But nah, that's incredible, man. And like that's, to me, that shows like the type of person like you are, like, individually that could have been a great opportunity. Like, and you were just like nah, bro, like I got this going for me, like, and I want to continue growing this. And it just shows like you wanted, because I'm sure you have so many people with the production company, like you're not trying to let those people down. So like you want to, still be a part with them. Like you want to lead by example. So like that shows a lot about your character. You didn't just drop everything just because this one role. I'm sure your production company people would have been like, yo, like this is a great opportunity. Like you should not stick around. You should go get it. I'm sure, but like, that's dope to see that you were like.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't what anyone else was going to say. It was what did I feel? What did I know at the time?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, or what I didn't know, which was that it wasn't going to be able to continue without me. But it was. And so, it paid off and it worked out.
That's always great. So
he was in the hero mentality already, bro. He was like, oh, I'm putting all these people before me, man. So
I can't.
The man never leaves
let
a
them
man
down.
behind.
exactly.
Is there any other role that, I mean, I don't know if there's an NDA involved, but is there anything else that you might have turned down? That's like,
No, not in that magnitude. There's roles in which but nothing that's been as big as like as Cyborg. I've turned down like a lot of roles or screen tests but there were things in which weren't not for the same reasons, for creative reasons, like things that I wasn't interested in doing or.
Right.
He was like, they offered the Bond role to me, and I was like, I'm not really.
Let Idris do it. He needs the gig.
You hear that, MGM? You hear that?
Begging me. He was begging me.
MGM, come on. MGM, make it happen. It's got the Chillin with Villain stamp on it.
That's it.
Yeah, but in a recent interview, right, you were talking about playing Miles Morales, right? A live action Miles. Like you said you would love to do it. How is your Spanish though? Do you speak Spanish?
Yo, see, one thing you gotta understand is actors compare.
Hey, I was gonna say that. Oh,
but you gotta know something. Especially
people ask me, how are you gonna play an American role when you don't have an American accent?
I had no idea you were British. I had no idea you were British. I had no idea you were British. So I was just like, he did it. Right. Like
and you have no idea that I couldn't speak Spanish.
Right.
Look. Yo, Junior, go home, Junior. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, he don't fuck with you, bro. That's
how do you feel?
Remember that? Like, if I'm being honest, Cyborg's character arc is the least favorite for me in Doom Patrol right now. Like, I don't think they're fleshing him out enough. Like, I just don't like it. What I was gonna say though is like you're probably. Like, I'm sure Diane Guerrero is always just talking to you in Spanish, right? Because you're like, yo, Diane, like, I might get this Miles Morales role, so I need you to start yapping in Spanish. And
yapping?
I've been keeping my head to the streets for a little minute, in the back of my mind, you know what I mean? I've got a lot of friends who speak Spanish around me, you know what I mean? My brother's girlfriend is Colombian, she speaks Spanish. So, like, everyone, if you want to make something happen, you make it happen.
Yeah,
like
that's
right.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? Like, something that's going to stop me. I was
going to say, vamos a hablar inglés.
Yeah, that's dope. Word, like, nosotros vamos a hablar español ahora. Javan. Or how would
we say it every time? You have to say
it.
How would we say it in Spanish? How would it be?
Ese Javan.
Javan.
That's bad.
What's your heritage?
I'm Dominican.
You're Dominican. Of course, you're Dominican.
Wait, why? Of course, he's Dominican.
I can tell. I've got a lot of Dominican friends. I can tell he's Dominican.
Hey, that's
Dominican
it.
energy.
Yeah,
felt far and beyond. I can feel it. I can feel the
vibe. Shout out to Jovan. He's de lo mío. That's the Chillin with Villain stuff. That's it.
De lo mío. Yeah,
that's it.
Can you guess what the three of us are? The other three?
Are you all different? Was three different?
I'm the same as one of them.
You're the same as one of them.
Well,
okay.
No, because no, I'm not. Sorry,
no,
I'm not. Sorry.
I mean,
what?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, but aren't you? Yeah. Sorry.
Me and Brian are the same, and then Mark is not.
Okay, you and Brian are the same. Okay, so you two are Mexican.
Oh! he said that because of your mustache.
Oh, it's because of the mustache. He never has that mustache either. Like, he always has a full-blown beard. Like, today was the one day he's just like,
he went from Brian to bigote.
Until you shave that mustache, you're Mexican.
You're Mexican.
Son, you're Brazilian.
No, Brazilian, yeah.
Brazilian. Okay.
Yeah.
So Brazilian. Oh, you both of you Brazilian.
Yeah.
Neymar.
Yo, he disappointed, right? He disappointed this weekend.
He did disappoint. But
watch out, he's on our next podcast. So
imagine.
I always love to ask Brazilians, Ronaldo or Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go with Ronaldo. I'm gonna go with Phenomenal just because of his consistency. Like he was consistent for so many years, and then barring injuries, like he would have continued just being great. And like he wasn't just a striker that just sat there and waited for the ball to come to him. Like he would take it from midfield, like bot mode the whole team, get around the goalie and score. Like I don't think there's a better striker to ever play the game.
Yeah,
like he was.
I agree. My answer to that question would be that you can't compare them. I don't feel like you can compare Ronaldo.
That is
two different positions too.
They offer two. Yeah. It's like. No, you can't. Yeah, like the Ronaldo and Messi conversation, but because they're even two different types of players, but because they're in the same position, you can. But with Ronaldinho and Ronaldo, you can compare Rivaldo and Ronaldo, but I don't think you can compare Ronaldinho with Ronaldo.
Football podcast coming soon.
You got to put soccer in parentheses for the listeners.
Oh, but, yeah.
So like just to, like, I don't want to stray away, but like, just I feel like you're a Chelsea fan.
Manchester.
No, he's from London. He can't support a Manchester team.
Well, this is the thing. Yeah, this is the thing. When it doesn't work like that.
Right.
It doesn't. I'll probably say most Londoners support a team which is like I support my team based on my dad and my uncles. They grew up supporting that team, and basically. Yeah, they always knew we were going to be champions and we were the best team in the world, and they just had to wait for a little while to come around to it. So Liverpool. Now you can have a guess. There we go.
Nice. Yeah. Liverpool. They are insane. I mean, I don't know what happened to them in the Champions this year, but like last season they were just. I'm a Barcelona fan, so like I don't want to have this conversation with you right now because we know how that's gonna go.
Yeah, it can get heated. Well, if you haven't been keeping up, we won the league this year. So.
Hold that.
Just FYI.
I don't.
Yo, he keeps sunning you this podcast.
Yo, he's a guest.
I'm trying to be respectful. Like I'm trying to be a good host, but you're making it difficult.
See, this is the thing. When I do like especially podcasts or interviews, we got to break the fourth wall. I'm gonna treat you guys like my brethren. You get me?
So thank you.
Say you that.
That's what we want. That's what we want. That's all it is, man. Exactly. Like I think people are like getting podcasts misconstrued with like interviews. Like we're not here to interview you. Like obviously we're gonna ask you like the basic questions about Doom Patrol and your other works. Like of course that's gonna come up, but right. And that's why we kind of person. Right.
100%.
A human being. Right. And like, who wants to listen to a 2-hour podcast of like, oh yes, I'm Cyborg.
Like fanboy.
Yeah. It's like, no, we're here to have a conversation, get to know you better. You get to know us better. And like, that.
And I feel like people like especially when it comes to the interviewer doesn't understand that the interviewee, the experience that you want, you get the same experience every single time. You do an interview, you basically regurgitate the same answer, the same same question. It gets
boring,
exactly. So it's very refreshing. Like even down to like doing this, the reason why was because it was you lot and because it was a podcast and the energy, and I love you lot's energy, etc. Because it can get a lot when it's just kind of like the press run, for example. You're you have to, and so you get these like a few interviews here and there where people are aware of that, and so they try to do things differently. But a lot of respect goes to those who are, thinking about that and trying to give the interviewee an experience. You know what I mean? So respect to you.
And one of the big reasons we wanted to have you come on is especially some of your YouTube videos. We see like the energy that you're presenting in your videos, and we're like, we match that energy. I'm like, we could have him on. We could have great conversations. Yeah. So we were like, oh, let's. So we had to do the finesse. So I was like, I went on your profile and I was like, oh, this dude got mad followers. Like,
no shot. He texted.
Ain't no shot. So I'm like, oh, but he got. I was like, oh, he got Wade's World though. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be like, yeah, like.
So smart. This is what people don't clock. That obviously I miss a lot of stuff on my regular Instagram or like DMs and stuff. You don't even see them. But I'm on Wade's World just as much as I'm on my other profile. And the access on Wade's World is like it's a small page, so I see every single message. I get to respond to people and keep that contact. But
look at Junior.
That's smart, but a lot of people don't do that. They don't think that way. But that's the way.
Dude, your foot. Don't worry, bro. Your foot was behind the line with that shot. When we slid in, the deal. Foot was behind the line there.
Yeah, and then when
he still hasn't guessed my ethnicity, by the way. So it's cool. I'm just waiting.
No, that's all he's thinking about. Right? That's all he's thinking about. He's like,
no one cares, bro.
Yo,
okay.
What's that?
Like, you're.
know, he's like, yo,
you
this
gotta
guy
give me- you gotta give me a
does.
clue, bro.
Okay, it's kind of it's a
He's
total.
about to give the
I'm about
wackest clue
I'm about to
ever.
give it away. I'm about to give it away though. If I give a clue, like, it's
Oh
kind
my
of
God,
like
dude.
it's kind of like Ariel. I'm kind of similar to that.
We're neighbors in a sense.
We're neighbors. Yeah,
It's an island.
it's an island, but it's
Okay,
not. It's not the DR.
Se llama la Isla del Encanto.
So it's next to Dominican Republic. It's
In 5.
He's like
4.
Google Maps right now.
There,
Hold on.
it's
Yeah, right? Yo, he's like, he got, he got.
You're not Colombian.
no.
No.
Technically, I'm part. Or it's part of the U.S., but it's not a state. It's a U.S. territory.
Come on, bruv.
It's not a state. It's a U.S. territory.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Commonwealth.
Virgin
Commonwealth.
Islands.
No.
It's
No,
near there. It's close by.
You're close. You're like right around it. You're guessing everywhere around it.
He's about to say St.
He's
Lucia.
done, bro.
I lose. Go on.
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You know, that was a little too close because you know what I mean. We had the Dominican Republic. My brain didn't even.
You're like,
stay
it's
there.
like it's
No, I feel
too,
you.
it's too good to be true of an answer.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Puerto
that's not
Rican,
it.
of course,
That's
So
not
the
it.
hint was so obvious that it became difficult. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's mad. I was,
All right.
Nice.
All right, so you guys can carry on the conversation. I'll be quiet now.
See, he's so upset about that. I was like, yo, like,
I was like, yo,
he-
these guys skipped me. So I
yeah,
guess
he
I'm.
skipped me, and then he didn't get my hint, and he guessed it wrong.
No, I'm kidding. It's all love.
But what were we talking about before this? After Mark,
We
We were talking about I don't remember.
Because we were so
I remember
focused.
talking about sports. Oh, something interesting that you brought up was that, Joivan, is that you said that you followed whoever your uncle and your dad followed. I think that's really cool when I guess sort of a sports tradition or a fandom gets passed down because I'm a Yankee fan and a Laker fan, and that's passed down to me. That's just something I just picked up along the way. It's just that's all I know ever since I was a
Thank God
kid.
you're not a Knicks fan, man. That's all.
But that's
Oh,
like
no,
my
no.
brothers. I have 3 brothers. They all support Man United. I was the only one that actually took that on and supported Liverpool. But what happened was they were glory hunters. Obviously, Liverpool weren't doing very well at that time, and so they went in. You know what I mean? In the glory days of Alex Ferguson. But now we're on top. But yeah, no. Before that, we were talking about Wade's World and Junior being smart enough to jump onto that IG.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Yes, sir. And then, I wanted to bring up your agent. Like, she is dope. She is an awesome human being. Like, just talking with her, I was like, oh my God, I can already tell. Like, just her vibe, your vibe. I'm like, this is gonna be fucking great. I'm like, she seems into it. Yeah. How do you pronounce her name? What's her name?
Vashti.
Yes.
Yeah,
And,
Vashti. Vashti. Yeah.
So Vashti's she's actually my assistant. She's not my agent.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, my agents are David and Paul in the UK, and then I have a team in the US, WME, and a management team Atlas here. But Vashti, yeah, she's my right hand woman. She's she helps me essentially just build all my ventures and has been there for me and been there with me every step of the way. So and we're very alike. So the energy we got from her is saying, this is synonymous.
I realized she was.
We'll have her on next time too.
Yeah. I realized she was in the UK, so I was thinking, I was like, he's probably not shooting nothing because of Corona. So I'm like, is he in the UK? I'm like, damn, we're gonna be mad late for this podcast. I'm like, it's gonna be like 2:00. I'm like, hey man, so Doom Patrol.
She's in the UK, but yeah, no, just I've only moved to LA recently, so I haven't been there for too long. I've been back and forth for like 4 years, but in terms of like officially living here, probably like officially it's only since last year since I got my home. But then I've been obviously back and forth Atlanta, LA, London for the past 3-4 years, and New York, because that's where we shot The Purge. But yeah, just been kind of back and forth for a few years, but living here only now about a year. Officially, like in terms of having a residency.
How do you feel? Because as a New Yorker, I'm from the Bronx. I don't know shit about LA or what the vibes are. I just root for the team, man. I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
What is it like, especially being from London and all that? Does that translate well? That kind of metropolis like feel, except in a tropical setting. Do you feel the same kind of vibes that you did in London in terms of the people?
In LA?
Yeah.
No, I think it's different. The culture is different. I think that London, the closest US state to London is definitely New York.
Yeah.
I often say sometimes, like, if you drop me in the middle of New York and kind of spam me around 10 times, if I didn't see any road names or like any street names, then you could think it's London. That's how similar some of the areries look.
Wow.
So just get really drunk, and you'll think you're in London.
You're home.
You got on a flight, you blacked out, and then you woke up the next day, you was in New York. You wouldn't have a clue.
Like, how did I get here? Did I take a flight last night?
Yeah.
The steering wheels are on the wrong side.
Because, like, I feel like the sun, and I feel like the culture of, to be honest, the sun is what provides a lot of the energy out here. It's a lot more laid back. It's a lot more, open, free, chill. Instead of, you know what I mean? Like, they got nightclubs and stuff, but the culture is a lot more like day parties and day vibes and pool parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I heard the clubs close like at 2 a.m. over there, so you just have no choice but to get together at a house after.
But that's the same in Atlanta now. Because we shoot our show in Atlanta, and in Atlanta they closed of recent. Yeah, they closed all the clubs at 2.
Damn. The Migos is tight. The Migos is
that's
tight right now. Migos is tight.
That's so different from New York, because out here in the old world before Corona, we be out here till 4 a.m. at a club.
Yeah,
and like,
that's just crazy.
And then like you go and it's like, yo, you're trying to get halal, you're trying to get pizza, and it's like
exactly
5 o'clock in the morning, like pizza's your breakfast. It's
exactly, and it's right down the block from the club, so you could be drunk chomping down on chicken or something or whatever, and it'd just be like a regular night.
Are you guys all in New York?
Except for
me, I'm Jersey.
You're Jersey, okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Calm down over there. Calm down.
Yeah, I like since we follow you on Instagram and like I open your stories, you're always on like these boats and like you with your friends. I was like, damn, like this dude living it up in the summer during COVID. I'm over here like I'm upset. Like I'm living vicariously through you. I'm just like, I'm gonna just live it up through his story. I'm like, oh, lit. Oh, he's getting lit right now.
He's getting lit.
They had an open air policy at one point where like you could, as long as you was outside. So me and my friends, we just started doing a bunch of stuff outside.
Nah, that's dope,
Because we couldn't. But I literally just started vlogging as well. So my YouTube channel, so I had like the more educational videos and stuff. But I've started vlogging, so you're gonna see like a lot of vlogs and just kind of general lifestyle stuff and lifestyle content coming out over the next kind of couple of months, which will be cool. And also, Doom Patrol, some content there. And fingers crossed, if we get a season 3. Then I'll be able to do some stuff on set and stuff too. So,
what you mean fingers crossed? That shit better get a season 3.
Mark, you better get to work.
And especially since it's on HBO Max now. So all right, time out.
Yo,
let's take Japan. We're gonna take a quick break, and then when we get back, we'll discuss that,
dude.
Oh my goodness!
Tell Stephen A to bring us the commercial.
And we back.
All right, we're back.
I'm gonna shave my mustache now, man.
Yo, what if he came back from the bathroom and it was just gone? This is like,
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it. I looked at myself.
That would have been great, actually.
Right? Like he's like, how long? Yeah, just real quick.
He's gonna mess up. He's gonna ruin the continuity.
Yeah,
they're gonna think we shot it like separate days. They're like, wait, this dude just had like a mustache, now he doesn't.
I thought he went to go watch Doom Patrol real quick because he's feeling left out. But
he watched it
all for this part.
He went through a boom tube to go to pause time for a bit.
Nah, he just watched like all Cyborg's highlights like on YouTube. Dope. But yeah, man, like what we were talking about off air, like I wanna just bring it up. There's a quote here, where I believe it's your quote, where it's like it tackles things like talking about Wade's world. It tackles things like how to pursue a 9-to-5 while living out your dream, how to let go of the naysayers are saying and forget the hate. So that like talk more about that, because again, on air this time, I find it so interesting because that's something we're doing. So when I see things like that, I'm like that's dope. Like it's because there's some days where I'm just like, yo, like, is this ever gonna pay off? And then like literally hours later or the next day, I see a quote like that. I'm just like, I'm gonna just keep it going. We're just gonna keep it going because we can accomplish it.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, you know, is it, yeah, you ask yourself that question, is it going to pay off? Well, you tell me.
Yeah. 100%.
There you go.
I have full faith in this group and what we can do, and I'm sure that's, you know, when you guys are doing Mandem on the Wall, that's just, that you literally said it. You're like, it's going to be on BBC, it's going to be on Channel 4, it's going to be on that, it's going to blow up, and it did. And like a guest of ours that we had a couple weeks back said the same thing. It's like you can't say like, oh, like, where do you want to be in 5 years, right? Like, I hope I'm here. You can't think like that. You gotta be like, in 5 years, this is where I'm gonna be.
Yeah, 100%, and that's what starts to shift your reality, and that's what starts to shift the universe in order to give you what you want. And so Wade's World for me is about that. It's about trying to help the mind state or the mindset of our generation, the next generation, and the generation before us, to, you know, using what I would say is a kind of like my mantra, or using my way of life to be able to help impart into other people and give them the confidence and give them the understanding and the knowledge in which they might need in order just to kind of paint a direction. And essentially it's all based on my perspective, from what I've learned, from what I understand, from what I know, hence the term Wade's World. It's my world. It's what I know, what I think, what I love, and based on my experience. And for me, like, Wade's World started via me wanting to just kind of share knowledge and help, you know, this generation, the next generation, to see a certain mindset. I don't believe there are enough positive influences, enough positive people. And then on top of that, you know, there are not enough positive people in limelight to be able to kind of allow you to relate in a way that allows you to actually say, oh, wow, he came from there and now he's there, or she came from, and so I can do it, you know, because we look the same, or we came from the same background, or whatever it is.
Exactly. Yep.
And so, you know, just my different passions. And so from Wade's World to Wade's Wisdom to Wade's Workouts to Wade's Wallet to Wade's, you know, raps, all of the things in which I'm passionate about. And I essentially just took the same way that I built my initial company, which is The Wall, and the Wall of Comedy, the Wall of Talent, the Wall of Production, the Wall of, you know, Food, the Wall of Fashion, and now doing the same thing, but my own personal brand in Wade's World. And giving myself an opportunity to really focus on giving back and just kind of, you know, building a community. And that's my biggest dream, my biggest goal. It's just to really build a really strong, heartfelt community that I can engage with. I have my monthly mentoring sessions where I work with, you know, maybe about between 50 and 100 creatives to be able to just give them advice. They can ask me any question that they want. And although there might be, you know, 50 to 100 people in there, and one person asks a question, or I get through maybe about 30 questions, but all 30 questions weren't just relevant to those 30 people. They were relevant to everyone that's on that call. And so that's the way that I've been kind of working at the moment and trying to build that community out. And long-term, the vision is that I can just help more people. I'm inspired by people like Tony Robbins, like people like Gary Vee, you know, where they build these communities and, you know, they're giving out this information and they're giving out knowledge, you know, free of cost, because I believe the more people that you help is the more you help yourself anyway. So.
Exactly. Absolutely. And that's what's also very important. Yeah,
Tony Robbins said that. He said you got to be successful, one of the big key roles is to give too, and not only to those close to you, to everyone who's in need.
Ariel's taking notes.
Ariel's
trying down.
The more successful you make other people is the more successful. It's impossible for you to make 50 people successful without you also being successful.
Yeah.
Like, it just like the laws of the universe, the way that it works, you can't. Like, the more people you help, because it's all about value exchange, right? The more value in which you have, the more that you can impart into someone else. Money, that's just an exchange of value. Money is not. You can't. You know, if you ask me tomorrow, yo, give me $100. I'm not just going to give you $100. If you're like, yo, I've got this podcast and I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z, and I need this money to do blah, blah, blah. There's a value exchange there. And so that money in which you're asking for, it comes to you because you have a value in which you can offer. I can't just ask people for $500, but if I've got an acting course that I can help people to further advance and achieve their goals, then they're going to pay for it, you know? So yeah, man. That's
Joivan, now that you say that, I got a podcast that
that needs some funding.
Nah, but on some real shit though, that's some great insight, because something that you hear a lot here on the East Coast, at least from what I've heard growing up, is that if I eat, everybody eating with me. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you come up with a group of individuals that are all creatives like yourself, like us here. we spread the wealth. You know what I'm saying? So it's always that important to see also someone, especially a celebrity figure or an actor or a producer, an entrepreneur, showing that kind of relatability that goes, oh, he's doing it. You know, you're giving gas to all our tanks to keep moving forward. And I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate that you're taking time out to do all that and to show that you with it, man. I love it.
I love it, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You know, I think a lot of people forget where they started, where they came from.
Yes.
So, you know, they'll get to the top, but it's like at one point, like you were there, like
you were at the bottom,
striving to get right. So like that's incredible that, you know, with the wall for comedy and like all the wall for music, wall for that, for rap. It's dope that you're empowering these other creators, because dude, like sometimes I watch videos on YouTube or I listen to other podcasts. I'm like, these are like talented people that just don't get enough recognition because they don't have really the means. They don't have the connective tissue in those industries to get well known. So like that's something that you're doing. You're like, you know, here you go. Like here's something to put your foot in the door. And that's incredible because there's so many talented, you know, musicians, actors, just creatives in the world. So it's good. That's good. You're spreading positivity, right? We need more of that.
Yeah,
because
it's popular to be negative now.
So popular.
Very popular.
And I think the more people that stand up and rise up to the occasion is the more people that will stand up and rise up to the occasion. You know, people might look at me and they're like, oh, okay, cool, he's doing it. So now I don't feel as weird, or I feel like, oh, I can do it, and I might not be, you know what I mean, in the limelight about it, or people are not going to look at me weird because I can say, well, he's doing it. And the more people that do that is the more comfortable everyone feels to do it, therefore resulting in more change. So
that's legit.
Good way to look at it.
That's incredible, man. I mean,
así hay que pensar.
Joivan, we know you got a. I said it right?
Yeah,
Joivan, yeah.
So we know you got an important dinner to attend. So before we let you go, though, please, did you figure out a villain name? Did you forget?
Drum roll.
I'm about to give you one now.
Okay.
But I think on my feet, and my villain name is going to be. I need a drum roll, fellas.
I got a drum roll playing right now.
Okay.
You got the soundboard.
A real one. You got the soundboard. And
yeah,
we got
the soundboard.
My villain name is going to be.
He hangs up. Just.
The Javinator.
Oh. He's creating his own name.
We got an original villain, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
You know where it comes from, because
let's hear it.
You know, when any role that an actor plays, we say that we always bring a part of ourselves to that role, right? So I have to have the Jav part of Joivan in there, and then the Nator bit. You already know where that's coming from. Terminator is a beast and one of my favorite movies, and I do feel like when he is the bad version, he's
you're talking about part one?
Yeah. He's pretty much unstoppable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
gotta link it to the cybernetic.
Right.
Yeah,
but like,
you gotta do it.
Oh,
you gotta do it. Yeah, I see it.
So guys,
he's staying on brand.
This is all on
brand.
There's detail
staying on brand.
Yeah, I see it. Layers. There's layers to this,
there's
bro.
layers. Yo, he thought this through. Like during the break, he was like, "Ready? I'm gonna just manifest this villain." Ooh, they're not gonna be ready for this. Oh, they thought I was gonna say something basic, stupids. Here you go, the Javinator.
There we go.
I love it. Awesome, brother. Awesome, yo. Thank you so much, my man. We really appreciate you coming on.
And then when you guys come out to LA, let me know. Hit me up, man.
Sounds good.
Oh,
sure.
Up, man.
And send me. I know you're talking to Vash. Email her with all of your acts, your specific acts, and send me your details and that. We'll stay in touch, man. Love you,
yes, sir.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
Show for life.
Hey,
enjoy your dinner.
I will do. Stay blessed, stay active, stay productive, keep winning.
There you
yes,
go.
Sir.
Thank you.
Later.
Exactly.
Joivan Wade, gentlemen. Joivan Wade, gentlemen.
Japan Wade.
Japan.
Love, guys.
All right,
love, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed de lo mío personal,
awesome.
Joivan Wade.
Awesome, dude.
Chillin.
Awesome.
You guys want to keep it going? Because I want to talk about fandom. I kind of want y'all to geek out.
I don't want to be here with you. I came here for Cyborg, bro.
Yo,
Mira, bigote,
I would have
relax.
cried if he said, "Yo, my villain name is,"
and hung up.
Hung up. I would have been like, "Yo."
So yeah, guys, we're gonna continue this episode once again. Shout out our boy, Joivan Wade. Thank you so much for coming on, my dude. We're gonna continue talking about Javinator, yeah. We're gonna continue talking about DC fandom because that was this weekend. So yeah, fellas, that was great. Like DC did a tremendous job with that.
Amazing. And no, there was no lag. I just realized. I mean, I know we had our troubles with that because we were trying to watch two different things, right?
Yes, right. Yeah,
but itself, like in of itself, there were no issues.
No,
it's crazy.
In terms of production, in terms of everything, they did and like just the layouts. Like it wasn't just a regular Zoom call, like the basic. Like they were like, no, we're gonna make the aesthetic look pleasing. Like it was a really good virtual experience. And
there were a couple of corny things though.
Into like what?
Like Eunice faking his reactions. Like,
yeah,
Eunice just kept faking it, bro. It's not genuine.
It's not genuine.
He's the worst. He's not a genuine reactor. Like he saw the trailer 3 times.
He's not a genuine reactor, dude. What is Booyah?
We're just fucking around. He has one of the best reactions. Like that shit is dumb funny.
And for all the people commenting, it's not real. Shut the fuck up.
It's real. Like that's the here's my thing. It's not like we could have just like. I don't get why people were saying it's not genuine. Like as soon as it dropped, like we watched it and then we just released the reaction. So it was very, very genuine. Like that's the first time we saw what was going on.
If you just put the cameras down and like we didn't have the podcast or anything, we would have reacted that way. 100%.
100%. Exactly. So that's why like I had like the dumbass faces I was making because that was the general reaction I would have. But
those faces are funny, bro. Holy shit!
But
he was like,
he started closing one eye for no reason. He's like,
I was like,
"Are you dead ass?"
I had to make sure it was real. But nah, I mean, there was only a couple of things that they could have done. Like the one thing, my one gripe with it was the surprise DC Comics panel, right? Because they wrote that in the schedule, and then they got people to talk about it, and then it's a Static Shock movie's in development, a live action Static Shock movie's in development.
That's how they should have done it.
I didn't know that.
Because nobody is talking about it because the way they made it seem like they were like, oh, surprise DC panel, like, and like. A lot of people were expecting, obviously, Man of Steel 2 announcement, or they were expecting, whatever. But I don't know. I just felt like they should have maybe worded it differently, or just something else.
Say like,
this
is the surprise
it
panel. Can you guys guess what it is? And then just say, we're working on Static Shock. Like, what the fuck?
I think the way they went about it was just very like it was like they started having a conversation and they were just like
it was anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, dude, a Static Shock movie, that's incredible. Fire. That's dope. Like the animated series was phenomenal. One of the first things I remember watching as a kid. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, like
keep talking, I'm gonna grab a beer.
No doubt. Hey, okay. I see you. Perfect. So we get into spoilers while he's going.
Yeah, we're
bum ass. Bum ass. But the Wonder Woman panel, it went as expected. I knew they were gonna, have the cast there. They showed the trailer. We got our first look at Cheetah. I think she looked great.
Phenomenal.
I think
I was scared. That was my one fear
of how Cheetah was gonna look.
How she was gonna look.
And
I wasn't afraid they were gonna get her back. Like I just wasn't. I was like, how are they gonna make her look? Like,
I saw her wear like the cheetah pattern outfit. I was like, no, that's what it is.
Yeah, I was like, they're not gonna do any CGI at all, and she's just gonna be
bugging. But I don't know.
You're bugging.
I don't know whether I don't know whether or not they're still gonna do more work on her CGI. I don't know if they have time for it. Because I feel like it's not coming out this year. Like
really.
Well, or no, sorry, time out. I think Warner Bros. Is going to wait to see how Tenet does, and then if Tenet is a success in theaters, they're going to be like, okay, they're gonna.
And you'll drive an hour and a half, right?
Wonder Woman, probably.
Maybe Tenet at that same time too.
I'll see. I'll see. But nonetheless, I think the Wonder Woman panel was solid, and then right after we got the Warner Brothers Games Montreal announcement of the game, Gotham Knights.
Super cool, very interesting concept.
Ariel, are you okay with listening to what we seemingly think the plot is?
No, he watched the trailer.
No, I watched the trailer.
Oh, you watched the trailer?
For video games.
Oh, you're chilling. Okay.
Yeah,
What'd you think? You liked it?
I think that it's great. As long as the only thing that I hope they don't do is have Batman fake his death, because then it's just gonna kind of
as a plot twist, he's not really dead, but
because this is the first time I get that's not a DLC that I get to play as Red Hood,
right?
Or Batwoman or Robin.
I do think that's the route they're going, though. I do think we're only going to be able to play with Bruce at the end of the game. I think he has to fake his death in order to get the Court of Owls sent off of him. So he has to pretend to be dead so they won't like trace him. Like he has to kind of be underground.
Yeah, bro, he ain't dead.
Mark, is there anything you could tell us about the development of the game, when you think we'll be getting it? Is there anything really?
They said
I'm under NDA, man.
2020. They said 2022, right?
Yeah.
No, that was for Suicide
Squad. 2021 is going to be.
What did you think of that?
I liked it.
Very interesting concept.
It's very unique, and it's we talked about this off air.
So
Ariel did.
So Warner Brothers Games, the Gotham Knights game is not attached to the Rocksteady Arkham games. But the Suicide Squad game is.
Yes. Correct.
And so we're getting Evil Superman with that, which I think is going to be pretty cool, pretty exciting. Right. I see people on Twitter, they're like, enough of Evil Superman already. And the first thing they bring up is Batman vs. Superman. I'm like, y'all don't pay attention.
Brain cells dying. I don't
want to hear this.
Run free.
The what do you call it? But real quick about the Gotham Knights thing, I was kind of disappointed.
Video game podcast, I'm assuming.
I was kind of disappointed. Not in the trailer itself. I think the game actually looks really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I was disappointed that they chose to not do like another Arkham game, but not with Batman, because like leave Batman, like he retired at the end of the last one. Spoilers. And and it would have been so cool to see a Terry McGinnis type thing where he goes up against the League of Assassins, where like kind of like mix it with Cyberpunk, kind of like a Batman Cyberpunk kind of vibe, because it's going to be the future, and then the League of Assassins have that be led by Damian Wayne. Tell me that game would not be
Let's
elite.
go write the code for this game. That's it.
Tell me that game would not be elite. Like it would be so.
Mark, just change it. You have the power.
I wish.
But would you guys? I really liked Mr. Freeze. I'm excited.
He looked dope. He looked dope.
And like he was like,
I'm hyped.
Yo,
I really dig everyone's outfit. I think everyone looks cool. Everyone looks the part. I just hope that the voice acting is solid, because you can look all cool and stuff, but if the voice acting is what really gets me more invested in the game.
And another thing that might scare me about Gotham, or just one thing about the Gotham Knights, is that I'm scared they're going to focus more on the gameplay than the story.
So you think it might be a cheap beat 'em up and then
like level your character up, because it kind of looks like an RPG. It's an RPG. It's an RPG.
The reason I don't think that is because of the Court of Owls. Like I think like they're gonna have to do with everything that's
it's a compelling. That's what
I'm holding on
plot.
to. I'm like, if it was just Mr. Freeze, I would have been like, oh fuck. But if it's Court of Owls along with him, and there's probably a whole bunch of other villains.
Or if anything, like
that shit.
Yeah. Or if anything, like these main Batman rogues gallery, like they're probably just pawns in this game.
Exactly.
That's what they just go through, like fighting along.
The owls are just moving everybody on the board right
moving the pieces.
And it's going to be really interesting as well to see sort of this now new resurgence of these superhero video games. That's now we have the technology to make better games than before, because sure, we had fun with some superhero games in the past, whether they were fighting games or RPG games or stuff like that, but it's really cool to see that Avengers is coming out next Friday for PS4, Xbox, and then
for real?
You have
Friday already. Damn.
And then you have the Gotham Knights game.
I'm a cop too.
Video Game Pod comes. And then you also have the Suicide Squad game that's coming out in 2022.
The Suicide Squad, you could play up to 4 players, I believe, too.
Yeah, co-op.
Which is
that's
dope.
That is very interesting.
I think Avengers you can too, right? Or no?
Avengers is Avengers co-op. Yep.
Like co-op.
But four player co-op though online.
I'm pretty sure it's 4-player co-op. Yeah,
pretty sure.
Yeah, but the thing is that for the Suicide Squad game,
Gotham Knights, right?
What? Yeah, I'm assuming Gotham Knights.
No, Gotham Knights is 2.
Let me
2-player co-op. It's not 4.
Gotham Knights you could. Oh.
Yeah, it's 2. It's 2.
What?
You can't play with 3 other people.
Yeah, that's buns.
I know, but
Mark, come.
It's not my fault.
Mark.
I was outvoted.
No.
I was outvoted at the board, bro.
That makes sense because when they showed the gameplay, it was just.
It showed 2 at a time. Yeah,
it showed 2 at a time. It was Batgirl.
It's fine. It's progress. It's progress.
No, I'm not buying it.
I'm buying that.
If I can't play with 3 of my boys.
The Suicide Squad game has a lot of.
Sorry.
The Suicide Squad game has a lot of promise to it solely because it's something we've never really experienced before. And also it's next gen. And also the concept is really dope.
Yeah.
But the only thing that they could drop the ball on again is voice acting, story, and what's going on with the game in terms of characters. Because Captain Boomerang looks cool, but man still don't care, bro.
Yeah. Yo, not for nothing, DC has been showing King Shark like a lot of love.
Yo, King Shark looks
like
dope.
He's in the Harley Quinn show. He's like one of the main characters in the animated show.
He's one of my favorites.
He was in CW.
He was in CW. He's about to be in the Suicide Squad movie with James Gunn.
Yep.
And now in the Suicide Squad game. So like they're like, and it's dope. He's not a bad character. Like I think he's a very underrated villain. He's a fucking shark. Yo, who called it? Brian, was it you? Where you're like, why the, or it was Eunice, when you said, why the fuck is King Shark using a gun? He's a shark. Shouldn't you just bite people's heads off?
Didn't you say that?
Yo, if this game is rated
somebody
R,
said it.
I mean, if this game is rated M, that would be the
That's gotta be,
It
right?
has to be.
It's
a suicide. It's not?
Nah, because when Harley Quinn hit someone's head with a bat, it made like confetti and shit. Like I already know it's not gonna be.
Yeah,
I mean, it could. They could just like be sent because a lot of kids are probably watching that shit, so they're probably like, okay, let's.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's do like a PG-13.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
At the same time, she did take someone's head and bat it over a fucking.
And on top of that, there was a point where someone was about to curse, and then an explosion happened. So I think King Shark was about to curse or something. One of them was about to curse, and
some rated M games even do that though.
Yeah.
So they're gonna probably have other evil characters, like not just Superman.
Oh yeah, I think the whole Justice League.
Yeah,
like at least like the core, like Flash.
And I wonder how they got to be evil.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I just hope that if they take a page out of Santa Monica Studios with what they did with God of War 3, which is in a sense
by one.
God of War 3 video game podcast coming soon, by the way. But God of War 3 in a sense was Kratos killing each Greek god, like all the major Greek gods. So if they take that kind of spin and add that to Suicide Squad, it's gonna be super lit because every god that you faced up against was a different setting. There was a different kind of gameplay mechanic that you had to use to beat it. So it's cool. They can go a lot of ways with this. I just hope that it's
they
good.
won't be killing them. That's for sure.
Yeah, but
I hope they do clap them, especially that Superman.
Find out.
You got that Brandon. You got that Brandon Ruth as Superman, fucking wearing shorts, fucking briefs and shit. Get the fuck out of here! I can't wait to pop on him.
Yo, but so speaking of people coming back, so for the Flash panel, included in no, we're not talking about the TV show. The movie, we had Ezra. So Ezra's staying. Although he chokeslammed someone, it's okay, Ezra. Like, hopefully he should have spoke out about it. Not at the panel, obviously, but he should still speak out about it soon.
Yeah, just be like, listen, that was a fuck up.
But first things first, which we all need to, this just has to be mentioned. Ben Affleck is coming back for the Flash movie.
Let's go.
Like, I couldn't be happier. Like, I really couldn't. Like, I remember, so it was funny because what had happened in the chat, right? This is the one without you, Ariel.
Spoilers chat.
Spoiler one. Yeah. So we sent the cover art that Jim Lee did for the Batman, like Robert Pattinson suit. And Mark was like, oh, if this is the suit that is translated into live action, it's better than Batfleck's. And then I was like, nah, I think Batfleck's still got it. And then like a couple minutes later, I'll say half an hour later, Eunice writes Batfleck. So we're all here thinking, oh, he's just agreeing with the statement that I made. And then I just like the comment. No one says anything. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, no, I don't think you guys understood me. Batfleck. And then I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
He sent a post that he made.
And then, so we got it. And I go on Twitter, bro, and that shit is just explode. Like, bro, like
Batfleck is backflip.
Yeah, like the
That's so corny.
The Twitter, the verified Twitter account, the verified Twitter account posted that. Yeah. So everyone got excited. Like it was #1 trending. I'm just so happy because, and then Andy Muschietti, the director, he made in a statement that he gave him the script last week, technically now 2 weeks ago. He read it and then agreed, and then that's when they said that he's coming back.
Dude.
So that script must be fucking flame. Or at least
also, Zach has something to do with that. Zach has
100%. 100%. Yeah, Ben will not want anything to do with the role if Zach wasn't like, yo, I trust what Andy's gonna do.
Yeah.
And I trust I trust that Warner Brothers and Warner Media, HBO Max, everyone now is like, yo, they're backing up the Snyder Cut so much right now. So it's like anything Zach says, like he's like, yo, Ben's coming back for this cameo, all right? They're like, yes, sir. We're so sorry, sir. Like that's how I feel it is right now. But
you know what I picture it as you know, in the Last Dance documentary when Jordan just goes by the gym for real quick while he was retired and he's just looking around like he sees Ezra, he's like, yo, what's good? What's up? And then Ezra's like, yo, you want to shoot? And then Andy Muschietti comes up and he's like, Ezra, like, hand me the ball. Let me talk to him for a bit. Let me kick it with him for a bit.
Ben's like, I'm back. He should have tweeted that. He should have tweeted. Come on, if he tweeted, dude, I'm back.
I'm back, man.
Dude,
I'm back, man.
The facts.
Oh! Yo, he does like a fabulous wordplay, like, I'm back. And then like, space, ... man. Oh, you see?
Back.
Stop. So speaking, so that got me hype. We still don't know much about the story, but since this Flashpoint, I feel like we all agree on this. You have to bring in Jeffrey Dean Morgan now. Yes,
I think there's, I think there's no
Batman
shot
in one movie.
There's no shot that he is not going to be in it. I think there's no shot that he's not.
Come on, man. That has to be that because we already have Michael Keaton.
Exactly.
It is possible to have 4 Batmans in 1 year.
In 2 years.
In 2 years.
But yeah,
we're spoiled.
And then we got two, like we got a Batman game. So it's like
and 2 cyborgs.
Yeah. So, but nonetheless, so in that flash panel, they showed some concept art of his new suit, and Andy Muschietti confirmed that one of the Batmen will be making his suit. Sorry, Ariel, spoiler a little bit.
Oh, so wait, so you're telling me that a billionaire is making the suit of a kid for kid?
Oh no, I already know he's going with this.
Oh, that's interesting. I bet you I think that's dope though, right?
He's not a kid. I mean, but yeah.
How old is Barry Allen, would you think, in BVS?
Well, here's the thing. All right, time out. Here's the thing. I know where you're going with this. But here's the thing with that. Never in Spider-Man's entirety was he Iron Man Jr. The Flash and Batman have always had Batman has made suits for the Flash. So where were you going with that point, my guy?
But I'm not even saying that's bad. I'm not even saying that's a bad thing. Nah.
Shock.
Nah, hold on. The Uber's on the way. Let's see. Put your address in, bum ass nigga.
Yo, but so what they did show also in that concept art was what happened.
Lakers are up 24-8.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, like
my bad.
I thought something dropped. I was like, yo, what? What happened?
Nah, the Lakers are winning.
No, Lakers are winning. Wait, no, Lakers are 43-22. What score are you looking at?
Bad.
man, just like it didn't refresh. But
wait, it's the end of the first though. Oh my god,
Jesus! So in that concept art, they showed another concept art. In the back is Michael Keaton's Batman. Yeah. And so a lot of people were speculating, like, yo, he's probably just going to be there as a mentor. But in that concept art, he's like suited and booted. It looked like he's ready to go back out there and scrap. So, and it does look very similar to his suit in the Batman and Batman Returns movies. So I don't know. I think this Flashpoint movie is going to be very, very entertaining.
Like we said during the Birds of Prey podcast about how DC plans on moving forward in terms of rebooting whatever universe they want to start there. This is an alley-oop, man. Again, right now they have their hand on the ball. Yeah. Whether they dunk or not, we're going to see in 2 years. But right now they have their hand on the ball in midair.
And they're already above the rim.
Above the rim.
So here's the thing with that, because they did have a multiverse panel with Jim Lee, Greg Berlanti. I think I forgot there was someone else there. Excuse me, I forgot the name. But they literally spoke because a lot of people were wondering about Matt Reeves' Batman. They cleared everything up. He's in a different universe. It's a different.
And everything is canon. So then everything is canon.
Everything is canon, just different Earths. Which is
so. Does this include Nolan?
Yeah, everything is canon. Everything is canon, just different Earths. So it's the DC.
Think about like the beginning intro they had for Fandom, where they showed like everything.
Yeah.
DC.
Any DC movie, even if it was
Green Lantern,
right? It's just
so even Jonah Hex.
Jonah Hex, part of the multiverse, canon, different.
Show him,
but so that's exciting. And I think DC's doing a great job with that. We got I actually wasn't crazy excited for Suicide Squad, but I won't lie. After that panel, like my hype level did go up a bit. And
I had no idea that they had that many characters.
So many characters.
But we knew this.
No,
I didn't.
When they gave us, all right. When they gave us
the names, right.
When they gave us the cast, you knew what was up.
Yeah.
But I completely forgot because since everything kind of stopped, came to a halt. I was just like, and then when I saw the panel and they played they played some trivia games, which was pretty fun. Like they had a good time. The cast, you could tell the cast had a great time shooting it. James Gunn said that this was the most fun he's had on set. Like,
and you know what we get when a cast has fun?
A great movie. Great chemistry.
You get Guardians 1, you get Guardians 2, you get any scene with the Guardians in Infinity War, that's James Gunn. That's his input.
And from the behind the scenes, dude, he made Polka Dot Man look kind of cool, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, and who
like with his power.
Actors? Yeah, one of the actors even said, go
right ahead.
But he said there is no better director to make a Suicide Squad movie than James Gunn.
He's the weird guy. He knows what's up. He knows how to do this.
Yeah, and I think he's just perfect for these. He's a good director. Like even though I don't like the dancing scene in Guardians 1 and I don't like the final scene in Guardians 2, I still respect him. He's a a phenomenal director. So
and he knows what to do with what's given. Right. And the thing is that you can tell that he cares about it. He cares, and he also cares about the cast.
Yeah,
because it looks like a family unit.
Yeah.
And remember, anytime, again, besides Suicide Squad, maybe, every iteration of a certain comic book film that we've seen the cast, like we've seen set pictures or we heard stories about what happened on set, you see the cast having a great time. The majority of the time, it translates pretty well, especially with the chemistry on film. So, I kind of want to put that on the universe. If Batfleck comes through in that too.
In the Suicide Squad?
Well,
Harley's suit, dude. Eric, I can't wait till you see Harley's new suit. Phenomenal.
All right, describe it to me. Is it like how she was in the Suicide Squad game?
In the game?
It's like
similar, like the black and red.
Similar to Injustice.
Yeah.
So black and red. So the black and red joint. Yeah.
But it's a bit more modified. Yeah. Right.
Militaristic.
Modern.
Not, yeah.
All right. But not like over sexualized or anything, right? Like
no.
Okay.
No,
that's good.
Not at all. But
Rick Flag's new suit too.
Yeah, Rick Flag looks dope. Flag looks dope.
This feels so crazy that we're talking about this right now. because 4 years ago
it feels like 2016 all over again.
Yeah,
it really does because
before the bad things.
I'm just as intrigued about this as I was in 2016.
Dude, I've never been so hyped for DC films as I have in this very moment. Like I'm happy they finally have a structure, a plan. And so after the Suicide Squad panel, we got the Static Shock news, which we touched on. So that's going to be exciting. Then we got the Black Adam panel. So obviously they didn't shoot anything because, obviously with everything going on, but he did show a lot more concept art. And in that concept art, we got a dope look at him and like the history. And so it's going to be a very, very mythological sort of story. So I'm really excited for that.
All right.
He told us who the JSA members that are going to be in it for now.
Oh, yeah. He told us some of them, right?
Yeah.
What?
Is it okay if we say something? Like we
go ahead, talk to me.
Got it. So it was Adam Smasher, who we know Noah
change the name.
Right. How do you pronounce his last name, Mark? Centenario? Is that the actor?
Noah
I think it's Centineo.
Centineo. Yeah, something like that. Oh, he showed up too. Him and The Rock look like they're, have a great chemistry already. They're Cyclone, Hawkman. And Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate.
Oh.
And Dr. Fate.
That's hype. Fuck him up.
That's hype.
That's really cool because he watched me in Injustice as well all the time.
So
that's only four of them. He said there was more and he couldn't say who.
Yeah. And he also hinted like it could just be The Rock being The Rock, but I feel like he wouldn't have said this if something wasn't planned.
Come on.
He did a lot. He teased a lot of Superman. He's like, I don't know, because it was a fan question. He's like, I don't know. Maybe him and me and Superman will go toe to toe one day. We'll see. And then he gave us a wink. So I'm just like, come on, dude. There's no way.
He called out like
yeah, but then he called out the rest of the Justice League.
No, he called Shazam,
Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. And
then he was like, and Superman, and then he winked, and then it ended.
Yeah, so it was a dope panel. They did what they could with what they had.
Yeah. I hope he washes Zachary Levi's.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to beat the brakes off of him. That would be very satisfying. Yes. And I want him to attempt to wash Henry. If he could try it.
He could try it.
He could try it.
No, but I mean, he has magic, and that's his weakness.
That is one of Superman's weaknesses.
Forgot.
Yeah. Oh, and it is confirmed. It is confirmed. Shazam the Wizard is going to be in it as well in the movie. Billy Batson. And so, speaking of Shazam, the only thing they had the cast members there. Shout out to Megan Good. So Shazam,
Megan Good, dude. That's who gets a shout out. Not Freddie.
Yes,
but Megan Good.
My guy Freddie was there too. So was Asher Angel. Shout out to everyone in that panel besides Zachary Levi. So then we got a name. Oh, Darla was in it. She was adorable. I love her. So the name of the movie, the name of the sequel is Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Ariel's gonna be like, change it.
Wait,
hey, are we changing that?
I don't mind. No, it makes sense.
It does. I don't mind it either. I don't mind it at all.
Don't change it.
And the poster's pretty cool. It's like nice, bright. It ties in with the first movie really well in terms of being more comedic.
So we're gonna get another PG-13.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's get to the juicy stuff.
That's what we're getting to right now. That's what. Here. So the juicy.
This is my fandom right now.
Aquaman 2 did not say anything. Next, Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Wait, hold on. Is that us about Momoa wasn't there for?
No, it was Patrick Wilson and James Wan. They didn't really they couldn't say much. I don't even think they're in production yet.
So entonces, what's the point? Why are you there?
Right.
Why are you there?
Right.
Mark, really?
Not my choice. I got outvoted again.
He got
Anything you don't like, I just got outvoted.
Right.
Anything you like, that was all me. That was my idea.
The only thing they did confirm, which I guess most people already knew, is Ocean Master will be returning. Duh.
Oh no! Oh my god!
But So Zack Snyder's Justice League. Ariel, it will be a 4-part series, 1 hour. For those that are listening and not watching,
I told you.
he's shooting a ball. Listen. Put your headphones in. Oh, my bad.
Stupid.
It's dropping weekly.
So we're gonna have 4 weeks of us sitting together, drink in hand.
Yes.
Shorty's with us.
Yes.
Going, hold on. They're gonna answer your question.
Next week. But then they said after the 4 drop, they're gonna do a bundle and make it a full movie.
Because I was gonna say I was gonna make that edit already anyway. So
I feel it. Whoa, maybe Mark could pull some strings and call in a favor.
Mark, get in touch. Yeah, get in touch with Zach so he can send me the stems.
You gotta watch trailers, then I'll do it.
And then he also said to our international friends, don't worry, when it comes out, we will find a way for you to watch it. They're working on that right now. Still no name, still no release date, but I'm sure we'll get
no
that
names in
soon
terms
enough.
of what?
Like an official name, but it's looking like it's either going to be one of 2 things: either Zack Snyder's Justice League or Justice League the Snyder Cut.
I think it's Justice League the Snyder Cut. That's what it is on YouTube now for Warner Brothers.
But the official Twitter account, but obviously this is too long to. It's the director's cut of Justice League, but the is Snyder Cut. So I do think. So
is it safe to assume? Mark, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it safe to assume that this could be rated R? Maybe. Please.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Just so they could get a bigger audience,
right?
For the kids to watch. Which is
kids, bro.
But look.
I can't wait till Ariel sees the trailer though, because the way he did the trailer was so cool.
But I have a question.
Yes.
If they're splitting it up into 4 parts, doesn't that technically make it a series?
Yeah, it's a TV show.
No, right. So it's a TV show. So are there 2
limited series?
So are there different? Are there different restrictions that they have to abide by in terms of what's rated? What we would consider a rated R movie?
Well, okay, all right. That's a great question. All right, so the MPAA it would have to depend on the content. So, for example, when BVS got its rating, it was at the theatrical cut because Warner Brothers obviously told Zach, "Yo,
PG-13.
These 30 minutes, cut them out and maybe take out that blood from the warehouse scene." And there's also certain shots in the beginning of BVS, I believe, from the 40 times I've seen it, that in the director's cut, where it shows that the Black Ops crew that they basically flamethrowered, like they roasted a bunch. You see a bunch of bodies, that tied into the rated R effect of it. But again, depending on what the content is, if we see some people getting exploded by Batman and stuff and all that, maybe we'll get some of that. But again, if we're gonna be fighting parademons, it could still keep the PG-13 rating because they're not exactly human.
Right. So you can still keep that kind of rawness.
But again, it looks like it'll probably just be a TV-14 if it's gonna go that route. But
so we know officially it's 4 hours because it's 4 parts, 1 hour each. So it's
that's amazing.
4 hour. Yes.
That's great.
So to break down the trailer without spoiling anything for you, Ariel. It basically was a trailer made for the fans. I will tell you one thing. The song in the trailer was Hallelujah. So it's just like, it's like
fitting.
Wow, you talking about Hallelujah from the scene in Watchmen where Night Owl is smashing
exactly that exact song.
It's just scenes with the song. There's no audio from the movie.
There was just one piece of audio at the end of the trailer, and that's it.
And who was talking?
Barry and then Bafflick.
Now this is audio that we've never heard before?
No, dude. This were scenes that we've never seen before. Like this was all of them. All of them.
Interesting.
All new scenes.
So all right, so some more speculation, some more spec talk. My best friend was talking to me when he saw the trailer. He said that from the way that Zach put it together, he's kind of showing off that everyone will get screen time and that everyone will get to show off what they got. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll be able to show off. Like,
that's exactly how it was.
That's right. They each had their scene in the beginning.
Yeah.
And so I'm really hyped to see what they're gonna do with Cyborg, because he's a walking mother box and he's
the heart of the film. He's the heart of the film. Although it's Ariel, it's a very, very spoilery trailer, but the reason for that, Zach knows that everyone already knows his vision pretty much, like how.
So it kind of
and it's still, everything kind of just caught us by surprise, but because we're seeing that for the first time, but like everyone already kind of knew where the plot is going.
It's spoilery, but it's not.
Yeah.
Because you knew that was going to be there.
Because the thing that intrigues me a lot about the Snyder Cut is how much of it is going to be is because I'm excited, because it's almost like I watched again. We got the fan cut, and then understanding and me being a Zack fan from since Dawn of the Dead, understanding what his films look like and what to expect, to a sense. This whole thing has inspired me. Like, I kind of want to redo my BVS, supercut. I kind of want to make it into a TV show now.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
I kind of want to break it up into 4 parts. Like,
dude,
Supercut podcast coming soon.
but no, man, like, because there were people on Twitter before, well, haters. I'm not gonna say people. I'm just gonna say haters. People that never wanted to see Zach's vision. People that for some reason
they sick right now.
Dude, there's a really weird obsession with Zack Snyder, like in a bad way. Like people
free
hate his movies
charge
for some reason. Like, and dude, go to any. What are you showing us? Oh, nice. Talk to any of the cast, talk to any of the crew that he's worked with, any other director. They're like, he is an absolute pleasure to work with. Like, there was a thread on Twitter before, and then I was watching it, and it was like the cast of Sucker Punch talking about him. And they were just like,
don't get me started on Sucker Punch.
Yo, they were like, yo, Zach is unbelievable. Like, not just an unbelievable filmmaker, but just an incredible human being. Like, any ideas they would pitch to him, like, he would hear them out. Like, he would never like put pressure on them. Like, they said one time, like things were being like kind of like busy on set. Like, someone dropped something, and like, something they weren't supposed to, like it broke, it shattered everywhere, like it slowed down production. And they said Zach just went up to them, like comforted them, was like, yo, it's all good, like don't worry about it, cracked the joke, made them feel better. It's like, people just love to hate on him, I don't know what it is. It's weird. It's weird.
Listen, he's on my Mount Rushmore for a reason.
People hate greatness, right? People just hate greatness.
Every director I'm a fan of not just because of their work, but because of their work ethic and what they bring to the table and
their personalities.
Exactly, because if it's one thing that I want to take with me as a filmmaker moving forward, or as a creative or anything, or a producer, is I want everyone I work with to feel like family. I want everyone I work with to say, yo, you can talk to me, dude. Yeah. Anything you want to run by me, talk to me. I want to collaborate, because this is not going to happen without Ya. Like, I'm here because of Ya, same way Ya here because I helped you. You know what I'm saying? So it works both ways.
And Amy Adams, like like back when BVS came out, she said that in an interview. She was like, I'm an actress that, when I get like a character role, like there's a certain way I like to act. And, although Zach had his vision for the character, he's open to hearing me out, and he like supports the way that I want to like, translate this character of his.
Wait,
and
she said that?
In BVS, yeah.
Oh, see, I'm recutting my super.
But she she was saying, and like, I mean, this was, I think, after like when I think it was talking about the Snyder Cut, and like she's like, because it got bad reviews, and she was just like, I just wish people saw Zach like the way that we see him.
Yeah.
Which is something dope, dude.
And
like,
it's super nasty that his name is still attached to that cut of the film. But,
no, that's super disrespectful. Super disrespectful.
Oh, it's Justice League? Yeah.
Take his name off of that. Because, all right, so back to what I was saying. Like, the bloggers were like, oh, just because the trailers leaked. Most of the trailers leaked beforehand. It's like, why? Like, today's the day. Why have it leak? Whatever. But
that's what I didn't like about that.
The trailer leaked, yeah. The trailer leaked, and one blogger was like, so this is basically like just the same thing, just longer. And people were just like, what trailer did you fucking watch? Dude, not a single thing was the same. Not one thing was the same.
Only the ending, but like it was just
only the ending. And even in right.
And in the beginning, that one scene, the first scene, that is the same, but it's different. And if you saw the trailer, you know exactly what it means. And because of why it's different, that makes the entire meaning of that scene and the whole movie completely different.
God like they're not. You guys are really. I'm here like.
I'm trying to like not spoil anything for you. So
wait, hold on.
Oh God.
Okay, I think I'm putting two and two together right now. So correct me if I'm wrong.
We're not gonna tell you.
No. Again, it's just nod. It's just nod or no. All right. So when they're fighting Steppenwolf and everything's red and shit, I'm assuming that was color graded to look that way because of whatever Joss had whipped up for that script. I'm assuming that could all look completely different when they're all like lined up and shit.
Yeah, I mean, watch the first trailer of Justice League. That's more like that's.
I like my eyes. I like my eyes.
No, that was the very first trailer, which was
like the Zack trailer.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. I looked that up then.
It's basically like the color grading is like that. Yeah, and then Josh decided to do whatever he wanted to do.
Josh added so much shit.
But nonetheless, man, like so that before the Batman one. So like we were like, wow, like that's the spotlight, this and that.
Like, that's all I care about. But then, bro,
and then Matt Reeves decided to drop the Batman teaser. So this is still, they've only filmed 25%.
All right.
Anyone, it's top 3.
And it ain't 2. And it ain't 3.
Best teaser trailers of all time.
Top 3 and it ain't 3?
In terms of superhero movies, even I don't know, man.
Okay,
that was,
all right.
You know what song they use? You know what song they use?
Nirvana.
What song from Nirvana?
Something's in the Way.
Yo,
yeah.
So
if you want to listen to it, you can look up the trailer. Just look it up.
Beforehand, Matt Reeves was talking about the film, talking about and that was already getting me excited because I saw how excited he was, and I was like, "This dude's understanding."
Matt Reeves was so into it. So into it.
Oh, dude, and we spoke about it off air too, right before we started the podcast. It's like I said the most used word for him was unique.
Yep,
and that is what gets me excited. Is because when I hear things like that, where I'm like, okay, so he's watched iterations after iterations, not just
probably read comics,
read comics, absolutely, and like it's so good to see something where it's like this is gonna be a new take.
And off the bat, he was like, "Yo, there's a lot of iterations, right?
Yeah,
like, this is my take on it, and that's that, you know."
Yeah, absolutely.
And he,
sorry, go ahead.
He also praised Snyder and Ben Affleck. He was like, I think they did a phenomenal job. I can't wait to see the Snyder cut. I'm so happy for Zack. So for those that continuously keep comparing and like, just stop. It's the multiverse. Like we're getting multiple Batman. We have Snyder's Batman, and now we're getting Reeves Batman.
And this is this is something that people need to come to grips with. You can be fans of it all.
Yes.
Yeah. Please do not shit on something that because it's new.
Yeah.
Please do not go, or
because it's different.
Yeah. It's dude. Relax. Hug your mother.
So
love your dog.
In the trailer, dude, we pretty much already got a feel. Like, Ariel, if I'm gonna describe it to you, it's like Prisoners meets superheroes.
Dude, that's literally what I've been telling people, dude. Prisoners meets Batman.
It's like the Dark Knight trilogy, but
even more grounded though.
But like turned
and grounded and more like comic accurate.
More comic accurate to a sense of him being a detective or being him.
Yeah,
so they're going more that route.
Yeah,
the new
noir.
Okay, so my question now in terms of the
dude, I want to watch the show right now.
Yeah, because
can I just show you a picture?
A picture of who?
Of him in the suit.
No, I seen the screen test, and I seen a screenshot of him in a suit.
No,
I seen it
from the trailer.
Yeah, I seen it because I already seen the screen test. To be honest, I am this close to agreeing with Mark about it being probably the best suit I've ever seen.
I already agree.
Wow.
You know why?
It's the best one. It's the best one.
Because I like practicality. If there's a lot in that suit going on that it has purpose, I am here for it. Because that's why I like the Nolan suit, because it had purpose.
I get you.
The Batfleck suit is just fam. He don't need armor. My guy's a tank.
Exactly.
It's just very comic accurate. Very like
just straight Kevlar.
But it is armor though. He got shot in the head and
I know. But it's
Kevlar
more
like everywhere.
Yeah, it's more just about being big and stuff. It fit more into his physique and his character.
Dude.
But
and the 15 seconds that we got of like the villains, I'm just like, yep, sold. I'm sold. Like
I saw a screenshot of Colin Farrell's Penguin.
Dude, how crazy is that?
Oscar nominee for makeup.
It's over.
We'll
over.
See if the ball goes through the net next February.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hitting the rim. It's definitely like it's definitely hitting the rim.
Yeah, just the ball not goes in.
But there was just
I'm gonna watch that trailer, bro.
Yeah, after we're off, I'm watching the trailer again. But like
so good.
I really and I felt sort of blasphemous saying what I said, but I got more hype. I enjoyed that teaser trailer more than the Snyder Cut one. I was like, wow. Like this you know what it was?
Founder of the Zack Vengers?
Yeah. Sorry.
He was the first one who said it. He said it in the chat, and then literally
I was like, does anyone think what I'm thinking? Or
and I'm like, yeah, kind of.
So all right. But this is where nostalgia might cloud your judgment.
Okay.
Nostalgia? How?
All right. Could it, like me and Mark spoke about this off camera too. Could it be that you kind of already knew what the deal was in anticipation for the Snyder Cut?
Oh, 100%.
Exactly. You were just so like, excited to see something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So I think if we didn't know about the Snyder Cut, like this was just the first Justice League trailer ever, I would have been like, holy shit. I still was like, holy shit.
Think of it this way too. Nolan's like Batman like ended, and that was a Batman movie. After that, we got Ben Affleck's Batman, and it's not really just Batman. We had him with Superman, and he was kind of there.
True.
Now it's like we're finally getting another one.
Yeah.
Like,
here's the thing. I low key thought I was gonna get like some Batman fatigue, because I'm like, especially since no, but listen, especially since I'm like a huge Batfleck fan. I'm just like, damn, like I'm hyped for the Batman, but like it's just like I want my boy Batfleck back. And then after that,
Thomas Wayne.
I know, right? Now we're getting all of it. But then after that teaser trailer, I was just like, I'm so excited. I went back last night. So this is another thing that was blasphemous, and I blame myself. My sister hasn't seen a single Batman movie, and I'm like, I failed you. Like I legit failed you. I'm so sorry. So we watched Batman 1989 with Michael Keaton. We're starting there. I might skip over the Schumachers just so she doesn't have a bad taste in her mouth, and just skip straight to the Nolans.
I would start with Nolan's.
No, but she really enjoyed Batman 1989.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
it's a fun watch. It's a fun watch.
Yeah. And like, cause she's a huge Joaquin Phoenix Joker fan, and she saw Jack Nicholson as the Joker. She was like, "Wow, like he was like really good." I was like, "Yeah, he fucking killed it." Okay, bye, Ariel.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny that you say that though, because I was just talking to my girl last night, and she said that she never watched any of the Nolan movies.
Yo, and I told my sister, I was like,
yo, Mark, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you coming on today.
Dude, I was like,
you're bugging. Dude,
you're
bugging.
Yo, what? You're bugging. No, but I know, because I was, you know, I was such in high hopes, because when I first started talking to her, she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this like Avengers marathon, like Marvel marathon." Like, so I was like, "Oh, she's well versed in the superhero shit." So I didn't even bother asking about Nolan, and somehow it never came up. And then I just came up last night, and she was like, "Yeah, I think I only saw one of those. I don't even remember it." And I was like,
I told my sister. Like you're gonna be blown away. You're gonna be.
You know what's
blown
interesting?
away.
You know what's interesting, Mark?
Like,
I can understand people being like whatever about the Marvel stuff or whatever, but like the Nolan stuff was so much of word of mouth thing. You know what I mean?
right. I was like, how did you never see this?
It was more of a word of mouth thing. It's just
it was like Joker. It was like Joker.
Yeah.
Joker was worded like everyone was like.
I was shocked, but I mean, again, people don't. Not everyone's a huge. Like I
same
guess,
thing with my girl. My girl didn't come up on Harry Potter at all, and I was just like, "That's why you're a Muggle."
Yep, facts.
But Ariel, if I'm gonna leave you with anything, it's just that be prepared because and I told Brian this after like fandom. I was like, it didn't feel like a superhero movie trailer. It didn't feel like a comic book movie trailer at all.
That's what I'm looking for.
It felt like a mystery thriller crime with Batman in it.
That's great.
And I'm just like, I can't fucking wait. I cannot wait till it's during spooky season 2, and it has like those real.
Wait, it's coming out in what month?
October of 2021.
OVO, baby. Wait, it's dropping on my birthday, right? October 1st, 2021.
Yeah, unless they change the date. Let me confirm that. But nonetheless, unless y'all have anything to say, like. Well, fandom was a success. Fandom was a success.
More
yeah, October 1st, Ariel.
Yeah, my birthday party will involve me going to the red carpet.
Batman? I got Shazam on my birthday, bro.
You sick?
You tight?
You sick?
You tight?
You sick?
Fuck.
Nah, but in terms of
yeah, man.
All right.
In terms of the costumes now, so something I would like to appreciate about Pattinson is that they're focusing more on the upper part of his face, and I think the cowl
is amazing. The cowl.
I think that has a lot to do with the functionality of the suit.
Yeah. I changed my mind when I saw one scene, and I'll take the screenshot and send it to you. I'm like, this.
I know which one. It's when he says the words, right?
No, it's after
wait.
That.
Okay. Does he have a voice modulator?
No.
But it's not Bale either. But he has
illusion.
What is it? Then?
Huh?
What is it?
Well, do you want me to play you a little snippet?
I don't want to hear anything. I want you to tell me.
So then you'll have.
I can't. No one can impersonate.
Okay,
you're not going to be able to hear it. I mean,
all right. Like, so what is he just speaks lower in a lower tone?
No, it's just dark and
it sounds kind of just like he's just a man of few words. Like he said 2 things. That's all he said in the trailer.
Well, maybe there is some sort of like audio. They kind of probably fuck with his voice a little bit, but it's not like obvious. Like Ben Affleck's Batman uses a voice.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because of that's what I'm saying about the cowl. Because you telling me that is kind of like, wait, okay, yeah, his cowl doesn't really come around his mouth, so how would he go about disguising his voice?
We heard Andy Serkis as Alfred. I already could tell he's gonna be an amazing Alfred.
He's gonna wash some guys in that shit, bro. He's gonna throw hands in that shit.
Let's confirm.
Andy Serkis is Alfred, yeah.
No, that was his voice.
Oh yeah, that was 100% him.
When?
Can I just say it, Ariel? Like it's not a spoiler or anything.
You're just talking to me. Bro.
All right, cool. Is that the part where it's like you're becoming quite the celebrity? That's Alfred. That's Alfred talking to him. So Ariel, like, dude, this, like,
and Gordon looks cool.
Gordon looks dope. Shout out Jeffrey Wright.
Sir,
Selena. We already know where that's going. So Matt Reeves confirmed a couple other things too.
What a birthday present that's gonna be.
He confirmed that this is year 2, like he's in his 2nd year as Batman.
That Joker doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. What else?
This is a trilogy, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a couple of other things that we're speculating, but we don't want to say anything because they could be very spoilery. So we won't say it.
To my audience,
it's just speculation. It's speculation, though. I mean, you can say a speculation.
Yeah, the speculation. What?
So okay, I'll say this.
Are you talking about? Yeah. that was real low key. I was gonna be more low key than that, but I was gonna say okay.
All right.
we just think we have speculation that the Court of Owls are behind
certain things.
They're going to be behind the whole
involved.
thing.
That's what I was going to touch on.
But it wasn't anything crazy that we saw in the trailer.
Yeah,
it wasn't anything. It's just kind of the. Oh, there was the thing. Yeah.
No, but it wasn't like
pertaining to that.
It's like an Easter
that could
egg.
just be nothing, or it could be something. Who knows?
So all right. So this isn't exactly a reach. It's a good reach. It's a reach and foul. It's just not flagrant.
Yes.
Right.
Good.
Cool.
There you go.
All right. But, so then, yeah,
and he confirmed that Gotham City police show is going to be Batman Year One. So like, it's going to be. So he might be in it. Like, we might see Robert Pattinson make an appearance because it's going to be, it's a prequel to this movie, and it's going to really show the corruption within the Gotham City Police Department.
Yeah, so that's good spec talk for that. Then it's good also, to see that. What's up?
Can we talk about how they're filming it in London?
Yeah, we talked about
so
that.
So Gotham is in London now. Yeah, Gotham is London.
So it doesn't, so Gotham is New York. Gotham is Chicago.
His reason for it was like, wait, you guys talking about this?
Off air.
Oh, my bad. Damn.
No. We're on air right now.
So they didn't hear it.
It's basically what you said, because it's cool how he's like, oh, Gotham is basically New York City, because that's usually how it always is. Now it's like he doesn't want people to know. Like, it's just like, it's just Gotham is Gotham.
Yeah, the aesthetic.
It's also funny. It's also funny that Joivan said that Joivan said that said that New York was like London, or London was like New York.
Yeah,
it's funny in that sense, but I mean, there are still
it's more foggy. It's more like darker.
And
it rains every day.
I love it. Keep the skies gray. Keep the skies gray. I would love
skies gray.
So, I like,
dude. If there was ever a trailer that I think you should watch, it was this one.
No thanks.
No, I told him.
I'll wait till October 2nd, 2021.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, but like
that's I promise
like,
you. I'll do a video of me reacting to the trailer.
Yeah. That's
super late reactions. Right. That'll be a segment. That'll be a segment of
super late reaction. Yeah.
With me watching trailers.
Area. Super late reactions.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, let's
do it. All right.
Yo, but listen to the song at least, so you get the vibe.
No, I know that Nirvana song.
The vibe. You know the vibe. That's it, yo. You know the vibe. Literally, I was like, tonight just gonna put my headphones in and just like, no, sorry. That's what I'm gonna do first. Watch it. Spotify. Listen to it. Knock out.
Give Kurt Cobain some streams.
Shit on Sunday, bro.
Yo,
fucking had to.
Bro, I'm not even joking, bro. I was like, don't watch the trailer. Don't watch the teaser trailer.
Look at you, bro.
I was like, I was
Matt Reeves, you got any more?
For real, Matt. Like, I do need more. I'm just like,
look, let me tell you something to the audience as well. Matt Reeves put the Planet of the Apes franchise on his back and went, oh, y'all want triple doubles? Y'all want double doubles out here? Because he only did 2 out of the 3. I got y'all. And both of those movies slapped. Character-wise, writing-wise, cinematography-wise, just across the board, it's amazing what he did with that. And do you think that this could also be a smaller budget Batman film than what we've gotten before? Because with the villains, I don't think they're really using CGI like that.
Since it's more grounded, in terms of the teaser that we got, there wasn't really anything that could be like placed as CGI. Like,
but the visuals are so good.
Yeah,
it's so like eye candy.
There's no budget yet.
Because they're still shooting that shit.
Right. But
like, I don't know, it could be 20 million, 30 million.
Nah, that's not gonna be a 30. Yeah, it could probably be like it could probably be a cool 80 to 100 or something million.
Yeah, maybe. And one thing, Ariel, this is also, spec talk.
Yep.
Is I think we're finally gonna see a version of the Waynes where they're not seen as Martha and Thomas Wayne, the angels of Gotham.
So more like the Telltale series of
exactly.
The Telltale. That's the vibes I got from the trailer was the Telltale series
because that's Court of Owls shit too.
the detective shit. Like,
yeah,
bro,
this movie's gonna slap.
I'm not that hype. Espérate ahí.
Nah, I'm that hype.
Trailer.
It's because you didn't see it. But yeah, y'all. Y'all got anything else to add? That was Fandom. Congrats to everyone.
Yeah, I think that was.
Congrats to everyone that Congrats to the fans. The fans won. The fans won. Congrats, like Warner Media, HBO Max.
To be toxic.
No. We don't promote toxicity.
No, we're not.
Y'all.
I'm just kidding, guys. I posted a meme earlier, and everyone freaked out. So
yeah.
Wait, what meme? What are you talking about?
I posted a meme saying that basically it's time for DC fanboys to be toxic.
Joking, of course.
Joking, and I literally in the caption,
people take it out of context.
I said, it's a joke. All caps. It's a joke.
It's all in good fun, guys. I am anticipating all this stuff that's coming out, and the Lakers are killing it right now. Mamba Day, 80-51. Portland. See y'all later.
Shout out Kobe.
And thank you to Joivan for coming through and chilling. Thank you for Mark for putting together the fandom. Change it. And
thank you to Nirvana.
We out. Peace and love.